It's your boy. You know how we do it. Zach Bennett Wallace, your boy. Ready to ride, man. Let me make sure I share it to everybody real quick. Today we're talking about overthinking, the awareness of overthinking, and how do we network? How do we network better on this Saturday, beautiful Saturday morning? Let's see. Boom. And we got one more time, guys. Right now we have 25 chats, 25 Universal Empire unconditional advice chats. And I'm greatly appreciative. If you haven't joined one of the chats, let me know. I know how I can get sometimes. Some people just don't understand exactly how the chats work. But no, we can't do that. Man, look, man, sometimes when we on here, it's just hard to bring people up. I don't know what is going on, but we need a reset. I think my account needs a reset some type of way. My boy talking about the Bible over there. Cashmere. I'm so proud of him doing his thing over there. I'm proud of you, Cashmere, man. Keep doing your thing. People talking about so many books of the Bible that I didn't even know about. But I learned a lot when I go to his page, man. If you ever want to promote your business on here, you can always promote your business. We always promote people's business, especially black-owned businesses. We haven't done that enough, but that's what it's about, man. Black-owned businesses. How you doing, Miss Queen? Was that Niamani? Okay, Niamani. That's how you said it. Miss Johnson, how you doing? Today we're talking about overthinking. Overthinking is what we're talking about. Overthinking and also the awareness of catching yourself before you overthink. Man, listen. So many of us self-sabotage ourselves and self-sabotage our relationships. It don't make no sense, man. And we're trying to put some type of awareness out there for our men and women. It's an open panel, so as soon as you jump on, I'm sending invites out. As soon as you jump on, let me know, and I'm bringing people up as much as possible today before the room gets crowded. Okay, before the room gets crowded, because we get crowded real quick. Sometimes coworkers be too nosy, man. Coworkers be too nosy, and they tell your business. They tell your business, man. What's up? What's up, L? Tramel? Tramel.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? What's up, man? We talking about overthinking, man. What what you think is the key thing, man, for people that overthink? I have a lot of friends that do this, man. Let me put this Bluetooth in. Overthinking. We're talking about overthinking right now. What do you think is the key thing, man, about us overthinking on moving forward in life? What's up, Big Selfish?
Um, overthinking. Overthinking. The best way to deal with that is just take one step at a time, and evaluate every situation, and foremost, keep everybody out of your business.
There we go. All right, my bad. Can you hear me, boss man?
Yeah, yeah, I
Go.
can hear
There we
you.
go. There we go. I don't know what's going on, man. Sometimes it's the Bluetooth. Sometimes it's the Bluetooth, man. I don't understand. But I definitely agree with you. Listen, keeping people out your business, but you still need to get some type of advice from somebody, correct? You got it.
Uh,
It's all part of the support group, right? That you build.
yeah, but my personal, the best advice
Yeah.
is a stiff drink. No, I'm serious, man. Go somewhere and relax and just watch everything. You know what I mean? Because thing is, because you go to people for advice, people will try to send you down that yellow brick road.
Yeah.
And you turn around when they try to discourage you from doing this or that. And you turn around, they're trying to do what you're doing. Um, this is how I feel about it.
Okay. All right. What's up, Bree? How you doing, Bree? Oh, she on mute. Okay. So the second thing is awareness. Man, get having the awareness, right? Having the awareness to catch yourself before you make a crucial decision that's gonna alter your life. You know what I mean? A lot of people pick the wrong person. We always talk about relationship advice. So all of this stems down to that. Coming from sleeping with the enemy. Sometimes you with a person that might not agree with everything or how the course of your life might be going. You know what I mean? What are some of the things that we can catch on the awareness, Miss Bree? On the awareness that that person is just not on the same wavelength as you.
Dang, you gave me like a
No, I'm just saying.
long-winded
It's it's
question.
it's it's
I,
so it's just situational awareness. Okay, you have a person that you made a goal with, right? You made a goal with this person, but for some reason they just don't want you to progress without them. Relationships, man. Relationships is tough. Talk to me.
Good
so I
morning.
think
Morning, morning.
communication,
Communication, okay. Effective communication.
for sure. Yes, you have to
As far
start
as
with
what?
Mhm.
that. You said that they gave me a goal,
No, 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 no. You have your own goal.
right?
You have an end goal, but
Mhm.
it's all like you look. Some people look to their significant other. They'll look to their significant other, and for some reason, the significant other is not as supportive as you might want them to be. It's always something negative, giving you that overthinking. They're helping your overthinking. You know what I mean? And some
Yeah,
people call it sleeping with the enemy. What? How do you feel about that?
it does. I was like, you know what? That sounds kind of like some envious stuff when people are kind of not on board and they know like what your goals are and it's been communicated and everything. So yeah, I mean, I would start with communication and then see how that goes
It's really
because
not that
Mm.
deep. It's really
otherwise,
not that deep. It's really not that deep.
Spirit.
Say that again.
It's
Hold
really
on.
not that deep.
Let her finish real quick. Let her finish. I got your list. I'll make sure I got you. Go ahead, Bree. Finish real quick, Bree.
no, I'm just saying start with communication and then you just kind of see how they act after that. But I mean, the thing is we really can't
You
control
always gotta hold me in
how other
like a
people.
sense.
Uh
Okay, I'm gonna be done.
huh.
I'm done.
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, we don't overtalk people on here. We try our best not to.
No,
And I
you
know you
always
didn't mean
stop.
to.
You always stop people. That's not over talking. It's like stopping people.
I'm talking the host. The host definitely does control the room, but when you come
You're
in,
everything, and I believe you, and I love you.
yes,
I
ma'am.
love everything you're saying, sir.
Okay.
So I'll just go with that.
Lorray, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. What do you think about people that overthink and also allow people to sabotage their goals or their greatness?
Mm, in my opinion, them the type of people we gotta pray for. Because if they gonna overthink and then they like to sabotage their blessings, like them the type of people we gotta pray for.
Mm,
That's that's what I think. In my opinion, everybody's entitled to their opinion. So in my opinion,
exactly.
I think that them the type of people we gotta pray for because they need love a little harder than the rest.
Okay. I understand. All right. Uh, I tell you what, man. The thing about life It's people we don't like, and when we see success, it cringes people, and it's amazing to see it. It's amazing to see it from men that don't like women, and feminists that don't like men, and even people that get in relationships and they know that it's a sacrifice, but for some reason they feel like they want to see you fail. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, Miss Jackie. I had to
And
say that
that's the
statement
crazy
because my
part.
lady just came on. Yeah, my lady just came on. She knows she ain't like me in the first place, but she just wanted to come see the algorithm here. She's seen that it's been nothing but successful
she,
from day one. We had
she
two,
ain't
3 months
wrong.
now, and she still want to come through. And I ain't blocking out one time. But guys, don't block them. Let them see it. Let them see it. And I know they say that people can come through. But anyway, I gave her too much attention. Jackie, talk to me about overthinking, and letting somebody sabotage your greatness.
Okay. So a lot of people do overthink anyway, right?
Uh
But when it comes to sabotaging your greatness, I feel like I've been there before. And I'm gonna give an example.
Right.
So at one point when I was on my weight loss journey,
uh
right?
Uh-huh.
I had a best friend that would always try to feed me all kind of unhealthy snacks, and I'm like, I don't want that. I want
Okay.
this. I want something
Exactly.
healthy.
She wasn't
Why are
your
you?
best
Yeah. So
friend.
it's he was no, he
Yeah,
wasn't my best friend.
yeah, I'm sorry. Well, he wasn't your best friend. You
No,
right,
it's
Jackie.
okay. I
Go
didn't
ahead,
mean to say
baby.
it like that. Yeah. So there's that piece. And then even I noticed about when I go live, my friends are different. They behave different. They support to a certain extent, but then they'll say things to kind of tear me down in the process.
Girl, talk your shit. Yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
And my question to you, Jackie, if I can kind of ask you a question,
Sure.
to your scenario. So what do you do? Do you still consider them as friends?
Mm.
Everybody's
That's a
different.
good question. That's a good
No,
question, Bree.
yeah, everybody's different. And these group of ladies, they really are my friend. I think for them, they just don't want to see me fail and get hurt.
Mm,
Mm.
mm. See, that's the tough. That's what we have to deal with. That's the tough thing right there, man. That's
Yes.
tough. They don't want to see you fail, but it's some of the situation. Want to see you fail, but it's some of the situation. It's just some of the advice that
Right. It's complicated.
And I understand you love them. Listen, Jack, I went through the same thing with my brothers. You know what I mean? Jealousy and envy go a long way. I don't understand it, but like I never been jealous of nobody. It just I couldn't be. It just maybe because I've always had that support. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I'm just trying to figure out what's the underlying tone between these people to try to.
Some of them, I think, are jealous of your success to a degree.
But you ain't even a
Because they can't
millionaire.
do it
Like
and they see you do it. I know. I know,
you're
because
not
I'm
even
like,
a
girl, I only
millionaire
brought in
yet.
$3. I know.
That's what I'm trying
I
to say.
know.
It can
Hmm.
be people. It can be people that even come to your business, support your business. They'll support your business, spend some money just to come up there and be nosy to see what you're doing. I had a store. I had a store in Miami where I had these 2 or 3 people to come through. I understand if it's competition, you know what I mean. But it's people that had acting like they're your friends.
Hmm.
It's people that's in your family. In your family. Like this girl, she knew how to do hair. She would rather go work for somebody else than come work with me
No,
together.
that's backwards. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even charge
Backwards.
her
I
that much
agree
for a
with
set.
Jackie.
Say that
That's
again?
backwards. That's
Yeah.
backwards. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with Jackie.
It's just weird. It's just weird to be in somebody's fan club and don't really like what they do. You know what I mean?
You know
Oh,
what?
oh well,
That's
I
true. I
got
have
somebody
somebody
that
that, oh, sorry, Zach. I didn't mean to cut you off. But I have somebody that'll come to my panel and they're good people, but then to an extent, they'll make these comments about other creators, about their feelings about them. Well, those are your
exactly,
feelings. Those are not my feelings. I disagree. I'm going to hype them up. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Because they support me. Period.
I just tell people, just block me, man. It's better off you block me because I don't even want that algorithm. I don't want that energy from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm down. It's just, mm, yeah. It's something
Yeah.
that I just never understand, man. I can't get with it, y'all. I can't get with it. But I'm asking you guys because nothing is perfect, right? Why do people overthink if they know nothing is perfect? Miss Jackie, why do you think so you saying you overthink sometimes, right?
I do overthink sometimes, and this is I'm gonna tie this into a topic that I plan to cover later. I don't mind
Okay,
sharing with you because I know it's safe.
I got
So my thing is going to be about um, hold on because it just left me. So the other day somebody came on my panel, right, and it's about good intentions going wrong. That's what I'm going to talk about. Somebody came on my panel the other day and they were just having a bad day, and I stopped everything I was doing. Now we need to focus on supporting this community member.
you.
And so yesterday at work, I had a moment where I wasn't busy and I was like, dang, I want to check on this person to see if they're okay. My colleague is like me. We overthink anyway. That's just a part of, what we do. So I wrote out my message, hey, so and so, I hope you're having a good day. I'm just checking on you. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's good. I said, yeah, it is. And she was like, but wait a minute. I said, what? She said, well, what if they take it wrong? I said, well, what do you mean? She was like, well, that person can see it as an advance or an open door for them to make an advance at you. I said, you know what, you're right. Never mind. I just won't do it.
Mm,
I changed my whole mind based off of that one, one piece of feedback.
mm. How you say that? Mastar ASC. How you doing, bro?
It's Mustar Ashe.
Oh, my star Ashe or Ashe? Ashe?
Ashe.
Ashe. Okay, I got you. Mastar
Yeah,
Ashe.
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna just say, what's up, bro?
Yeah, just call me Star.
What's
Star.
up, Star? Okay, cool, 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 cool. How do
Yes,
you
sir.
think, what is your opinion on people, us people? Because I overthink sometimes. It's okay to say, what we're not, what we're not good at, guys.
Yeah.
What do you say to someone that's with someone that causes them to overthink? Like being in the wrong friendships,
Yeah.
having bad networking skills. What do you think about that?
To be in the presence of someone who overanalyze or overthink things, I guess it boils back down to your level of self-awareness and knowing when to allow someone to be a part of your world and not to be conquering your world.
Mm, not conquer. Okay, okay. But that's gonna be hard if you live with them, sisters and brothers. You know what
Man,
I mean?
so from experience, I had to just being in a house full of narcissistic people and you're the only empath.
Mm, mm. Empath. I haven't said
Yeah,
some. I don't heard somebody say that in a minute. Okay.
yeah, and it's like you really alchemize all that negative energy that come to you, even when sometimes it get the best of you. Because you normally to yourself when you at the crib, you in your room, you out the way, you ain't in the mix, you ain't trying to have your name mentioned, you ain't trying, knowing it's already in the air, it's in the air. But
Mm,
it's like, you know what? Let me turn my safe space music on. Let me tap in and let me listen, let me hear myself. Let me like let me transmute this before I allow it to define me and become what these people want me to be instead of who I'm supposed to be.
mm. No, I like that, man. I like that, man. Do you think that people struggle with personality,
Yeah,
attitudes, and entitlement?
yeah, because nobody is genuinely themselves.
What you mean in a relationship?
uh, Individually.
Individually, they're not
These-
themselves.
a lot of folks suffer from identity crisis.
Okay, okay, okay. I got you. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You can expound on it. Give me an example. Identity crisis as far as who they are or what they're
Who
trying to be.
what you trying to be and who you actually are. Your actuality versus your reality.
Oh man. reality. Definitely. No, definitely. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm with you. D Lynn, can you piggyback off what he said? And then Miss Vicky.
Um, well, well, as far as identity crisis, I think that there are some people who suffer from knowing who they are. I think that a lot of times it's because, people are, one of the scariest things that you could do is look in the
Hello.
mirror at yourself.
Yeah.
um, and like truly look at yourself and truly see yourself with all of your flaws. Um, and people who don't want to do that, they tend to, um, pick up the people, take the personalities on of the people around them. So if everybody around them is pretentious, then they're going to become pretentious too.
How
If
you doing,
everyone
Princess?
around them is trying to, whatever the case may be,
Okay.
they try to do that. As far as overthinking, I'm an overthinker.
Okay.
I analyze everything. I mean, literally, as you were asking the questions, I was already panicking because I was like, what am I going to say?
Gotcha.
How would I
Gotcha.
want someone to deal with me?
Understood.
And, the only thing that I can say is when dealing with someone who's overthinking is to, one, be patient, and two, help walk them through their thoughts. Um, just by communicating with them, because
Amen.
um, that's what I would say.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Miss Vicky, jump in and then pressing forward.
I'm just saying.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Good
How you
morning.
doing, pressing forward?
Good
I'm doing good.
morning.
And
Buenos
you?
dias.
Is that your wife? Oh,
Who?
is that your wife on there?
Who?
Your wife?
Me?
Yeah, is she on here?
I don't have a wife. I
Oh,
don't
I
have a
thought that
girlfriend
was.
or a wife.
Oh, okay. I thought that. I'm sorry,
I got a sister. My sister was just here.
but okay. I thought I overheard. So I might have been nodding at that time.
No man, no. I got a sister that stays in oh man, Dallas, Georgia.
Okay.
And I try to see her every Saturday if I don't have my son. I don't have my son today. And
Okay.
she's married though. My sister's married.
Okay. So
Yeah, yeah.
I have to say I lean into one thing to guard my peace. A person's perspective today can be this and it can be something else tomorrow. So I just, I try to lay down words or seeds of wisdom into people's lives. You might
Mm-hmm.
not get it today, you might get it tomorrow, you might get it 10 years from now. So pretty much what a person thinks about me, it don't make it who I am. It's just their perspective.
Mm.
And that's to me to anything, because people gonna think how they wanna think, whether it's not thinking enough or whether it's overthinking. That's just who they are until they come to the reality.
What
And
about the people that sabotage you, Miss Vicky?
well, you
The
know what?
people that sabotage your greatness.
Oh yes.
But
We
you
got
know
it.
what? And I think that comes from within. You know who I am, who you are. You know who you are, and then not only that, that shows you who they are.
Mm.
So when you find out who they are, that's when I have to let you just, step back till you grow into maturity to learn, because your time is coming that the same thing could happen to somebody, do it to you because you've done it to somebody else. Karma is
Exactly.
real. Karma's real. Do unto
Karma
others.
is real.
Yes, it is.
What would you tell them
Yes.
about keep going,
Yeah, you
pressing
just have
forward? Go
you
ahead.
just you have and my son is even working with me on that because I have older grown kids and they seen what it done when Pawpaw passed, and I'll be
Mm-hmm.
69 next Saturday, and he's like, Mom, they need to be paying attention, but you cannot make them pay attention, Mom. They're
Yeah.
grown now. He said, and what it does, it can begin to upset you by you trying to be in their lives and they're not coming to you like they should. They come, but not like they should, as often
Yeah.
as they should. And he just said, they're grown. Just accept it, Mom. They're grown. And that's about anybody else's life because you can't make a grown person treat you right. You can't make them love you right. You can't make them work for you. You can't. You just have to see a person as they are and protect your peace. Because
Protect your peace.
oh my God. I gotta say, y'all, that's to me, that's the
Number one thing.
that's the number one thing because you know how I feel about hoes. It affects your insides.
Mm. So what about the guys that? And I'm gonna let President Ford jump in real quick. And you know we're gonna come back to you, Miss Vicky. President Ford, we're gonna piggyback on what Miss Vicky said now. But the term I'm gonna use is something that I was just researching on sleeping with the enemy.
Mm.
Uh,
Oh my God.
trying to trying to trying to turn that into a positive so you guys could refocus and make it. Remember, we're talking about relationships most of the time. Can you turn that person you love from an enemy once they turn into an enemy? I've seen it work both ways. What you think?
It depends. Oh man, let me tell you, I was married before, right? And this is my testimony. I was
Okay.
married before, and the guy that I married, we had dealt with each other when we was childhood, and he went through he was very abusive and aggressive. So
Hmm.
I had made a vow to God that I would not take him back. Well, years went by in my early 30s. I probably was 29 or 30. He came back to apologize because we was young then. I was like 15, he was like 17. And I accepted his apology. Then over time, we started communicating. And there were red flags. There were red flags. Some red flags you cannot ignore. You can't. And it's a. I had to check me too because
Okay.
when you see a mental thing going on in a person and you accept that, you have to check yourself as well. Let me just say that before I go
Right.
further. So, anyways, I wanted to just be friends and I went against my boundaries. And the next thing I know, he was posting that we were together. And then we ended up getting married.
Oh man.
And so, right. And I had so many warnings. My godmother, she said, I see you I had a dream you was in a casket. And then we went to this service, and the topic was, you're sleeping with the enemy.
Mm.
You're sleeping with the enemy
Deep.
At church. At
at
church.
church. And every time the
That's
woman
deep.
said it, I was convicted. It just hit you like stones. And then he started getting worse and worse to the point where I couldn't even, he got aggressive and violent with his words. And I couldn't even sleep at night because one night it was like the hairs on my body was standing up, and all I could do was pray. And it got to the point where the situation got so bad, I had to I had to ship my kids to my mother's for a while so I can try to get him out my house. And I really did. I lost my life trying to get him out, but I got him out.
Mm.
But so I'm gonna say this: sleeping with the enemy. Now it depends. That person gonna need some real healing, some real cleansing. And I think at the time, I would never take him back because that 2 times, third time I may be gone. But
Yeah.
when God delivers you from a thing, it's time to let it go. And sometimes it works out well for others. But I knew a girl that went through the same thing as I did, and she felt that I should have worked on my marriage. And I said, no. I said, I'm telling you, it wasn't meant for us to work on it. We had got a divorce and everything. And then, because she went back to hers. And then guess what happened? The same thing happened.
Even.
The same thing happened for her. So when it comes to sleeping with the enemy, a jealous person, I feel like that's dangerous. A envy, jealous person, or a person that is so
What about
broken and feel like they ain't got nothing to lose, you have to be very careful because you
what about
got to be
somebody close
careful.
to you? What
Huh?
about somebody close to you? What
Even
about somebody close to
friends.
you?
Even
Yeah.
friends, you have to cut them off because people are jealous. They'll sabotage you, and they'll have some. Like you remember that girl that had she was a hairstylist. She went to Mexico with them
That yes,
friends,
yes, yes, yes.
and she thought that
Yep.
they were
That's
her
what I thought of.
friends. You have to be careful who
Yeah.
you entertain, especially who you connect to you. Everybody's not meant to be connected to you. So once the enemy show his face, I always was told when a person shows when a person shows who they are, believe it.
Exactly. It still takes some time to get it though, pressing forward because it's like you love them so much. You know what I mean? You love
I
them
had
so
to
much.
learn. I had to learn. I went through a lot of traumatic relationships. I had to learn to value myself
Uh,
and not settle for less. Because it is
mm.
hard to get out of it.
No, I
It
got you. I
is
got you. You got to put yourself on mute, pops. There we go.
it's very hard to get out of it, especially when you love somebody. But you can't keep painting. You can't keep painting. You one way or the other, you're gonna have to walk away, or it's gonna hurt you even worse just to stay. I learned that. And you
Yeah,
can't keep painting the picture. If the picture showing you is if the wall shows red, you can't keep painting it blue, making it pretty. Because it's gonna be a roller coaster. It's an emotional roller
Amen.
coaster. It's
And it ain't
depressing.
easy. Amen. It
And it's
ain't easy, baby.
depressing. I don't want to be happy today and then tomorrow we into it. It's too toxic. Toxic is
yeah.
everybody thinks toxic cute. Toxic is not cute. It messes with your
Not.
mental, your emotional. Nah. Mm-mm.
They got you, Mr. Witt. Mr. Witt, how you doing, boss? You in a better place where you can talk. If not, then I'm gonna go to Cookie. Going once, going twice. Mr. Witt. Okay, go ahead, Miss Cookie. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Buenos dias. Good morning.
We're talking about overthinking, and we're talking about uh people that play with your good intentions, and sometimes they're your Achilles heel in life. Okay, what do
Yeah,
you tell me about picking the wrong friendships and bad networking?
I'm sure all of us have had that experience to where, yeah, we thought somebody was for us and they
Yeah,
were actually out for their own. But once you learn, okay, that's not what it was. You, like the lady said before me, you just move. You just move around.
yeah,
Lesson learned.
yeah. Give me a second here. Hey, I'm gonna be in my office, man. Get it. While you work on this, I'm gonna be in my office. Sir. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Thanks. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I had some go on with my place, and somebody's trying to fix my leak in my roof. But okay. So the next thing is Mr. We're gonna go back up to Miss D Lynn. You ready, Miss D Lynn? All right. So basically, co-workers. We talked about co-workers.
Out.
Why do we trust co-workers with so much valuable information? Talk to me, Miss D Lynn.
Um,
Co-workers.
well, I have a very simple rule when it comes to coworkers. When it comes to my job, look, I will tell people with a quickness, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to do my job.
Mm,
But we do divulge information to our coworkers because we're with them most of the
yeah,
day. We're with them sometimes more than we're with our actual families.
yeah,
So it's kind of the natural progression of things. You see these people every day, you start to learn about their families, you get close to some of them and you start to, share little tidbits about yourself. But I think that it's also, a test in where your boundaries are. Are you setting a boundary with your coworkers? Are you oversharing with your coworkers? Is that crossing your
oh
boundary
man,
or
that's
whatnot?
big right there. Oversharing.
Yeah,
Oversharing.
I
Oversharing
mean,
with your coworkers.
I've
I like
been
that.
guilty. I've been guilty of oversharing with my coworkers, and it has gotten me in trouble because, depending on who you tell, they can use that information against you.
Oh man, come on though. Like you thinking these person your friends, they don't have to be friendly, but they still press forward to try to be your friend for some reason.
Mm,
Uh, and try to get everything out of you. What is it because maybe you think that you might have steal the promotion from them, or maybe you advancing yourself a little bit too much? What do you
I
think
mean,
about
it
that?
depends on, because I know I'm very ambitious. So I go into a job not being content with where I'm at. I'm trying to
Uh,
learn everything that I can about my position. I'm trying to master my position, but I'm also trying to learn about everything else around me because I do want to grow. I do want to move up in a company. And you do have people who, are envious of that. And they will use stuff that you tell them against you,
yeah,
and that's what happened in my
yeah,
case.
that's their
I
problem.
overshared, and all of a
Uh,
sudden, I'm getting pulled into an office
yep,
because, you know,
man.
something happened in my personal life, which has nothing to do with the job, but,
Oh my goodness.
you know, that's what they'll do. And
I'm laughing, guys.
my sister just told me a story about how she got pulled in the office recently because someone, she's really great with her patients. She's she gets all of these awards and stuff
Yeah.
or whatnot. There's people who are jealous of her, and so they used TikTok against her.
What?
Yeah,
TikTok.
TikTok stuff that
What's
she
so funny
posted
about
on
TikTok?
TikTok.
Say that again, Jackie.
Funny about TikTok because I got called into the office. There's
What?
people lurking on my page. Absolutely, there's things I do, can say, can't say. It's a whole thing.
See, TikTok, see, look, we use our phone, guys, and that's what's happening. There, you get to control who you see, who you become friends with through your phone number. And, people see you do certain things, you're right. And man, or do we just block them? I would say when you make a TikTok account, make it private to your phone number. Don't put your phone number in there. You
Can
know
I
what I'm
say
saying?
something about that?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, my thought on that is I wish they would. How you gonna tell me anything outside of my work job? How you gonna tell me how to live my life when I'm not on work hours? Because for me, that's too much control.
Mm,
Y'all can't be afraid. Y'all can't be afraid thinking that just because your job say this and that. I wish you would. Go ahead.
yeah,
Take it, and try to do something with it. Because for one, your life is private once you leave that job.
supposed to be.
You don't have to answer to folks once you leave that job. I know some of us on salary. I'm salary too. But the times I'm supposed to be at work, I am at work. But the times I'm on by myself on my time, that's my time. And I don't care if you roll through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Hmm.
If you looking for something, you gonna find it.
How do
And
they
whatever
find the teachers though?
Ideally, I
and
would
whatever
say
you
ideally
find.
that's the way it's supposed to be. But some of these companies feel like you represent them 24/7.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You do not represent that company. You go to work, you get a paycheck, and you go home.
Mm. They even
That's
get
crazy
mad if
that
you
y'all
take a
say
day
that
off.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Lorraine.
you don't
Lorraine,
owe
go ahead.
them
because I work at a
nothing.
hospital and they tell us that we cannot be on TikTok doing videos or doing anything on
Whoa.
TikTok. Like, hold up. Like I told them, like I told my boss, y'all. Like, hold up. You outside of this uniform, I'm human. You can't control what the hell I do outside of this uniform. You
Yeah.
can't do that. That's not fair to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
And
Man.
see, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm an educator. I wish my job would tell me you can post something, you can't do something. I go to me, I'm rebellious. I go and do it anyway, just to see if you gonna go ahead and try to do what you gonna
Read
do.
the comments. Miss Candy said her director unfriended had to unfriend her. Listen, unfriend all those people. That you
Right.
just have to, guy. You have to. They're gonna use it against you. You have to. I hate it. I'm glad. I don't know how we got on that topic.
But then
I
on
guess
top
I
of
did
that,
talk about
but
coworkers,
on
but
top of that, then you still asking, why are you looking at my stuff?
that's the key.
What's your point? What you
That's the
looking for?
key.
You know, you got to be
They
able to
got
answer
double.
these
Yes,
questions.
it's
Yeah.
double intentions. It's double intentions to Miss Cookie. Why are they paying so much attention to your personal life? That lets you know a lot right there. And that's what I was trying to tell my an ex of mine. They were trying to get into her network. They were trying to get into her network. And it
Dang.
was, yeah, they were trying to get into her network of friends and trying to figure out why everybody liked her and certain things that they did. Like right now, this same thing. I'm on the platform. I got people from my job, man. So what y'all talking about today? I was like, don't worry about it. We ain't talking about nothing. Because they are the first people to go back and say, oh, Zach did this, Zach did that. Some of them be your peers. Them ladies who you go eat with.
Okay, but see right there, when as you explaining that, that's called stalking and harassment.
Yeah. Yeah. They just trying to get some dirt on you in some type of
Okay.
way and talk about you. You know what? Let me ask y'all
Okay,
this.
line up, get your dirt, line up, get behind me though.
Listen, some people, some people live off of your life. That's all I'm saying. Some people would not have entertainment. They tired of watching TV, so they'll run to TikTok, then go back to your life,
I'm gonna give
and
them
they
something to
live
show.
off of you.
I'd give
They
them
live off of
something
you.
to show. Yeah,
So how do you handle that with a significant other?
that's
If
different.
you're, what's that? What you mean? What's up, Craig?
I mean, if you're significant other, okay, that's a personal relationship, okay? That's different. You wanna honor your mate. You
No,
don't.
I'm saying, you at work, you're a teacher. Your significant other is getting some negative feedback because of something you might have said on TikTok. Ain't that crazy?
Okay, and here's what I would say.
Wait,
I'm just
he's getting negative feedback because some she said.
okay because so,
Yes.
so
It's
here's
happened
here's
before.
here's what I'm gonna tell
How the
him.
fuck did they find him? Is my
Here's the thing,
question.
They
but
they
here's the thing. What
search.
I would tell him: you can go ahead and listen to that. I'm not. You make
Mm.
up your mind. I can make up mine. That's
Man,
the good
look,
thing about it.
if that ever happened, hey, look,
I have a question.
I'm not usually this type of person, but there's new rules in this house. You are no longer allowed to get on TikTok after some shit like that. No, delete that shit off your phone today.
Hold on, Craig, for a second. Hold
I
on,
have a
Craig. Go ahead.
question.
Go ahead, Miss Jack.
All right, so there was a scenario at work where there was a provider. His wife got on TikTok and was saying some things that she did not like about the said
See?
job, right?
See?
His job. They literally pulled this doctor in the office and demanded he have her take that post down or he was going to be fired right then and
Mm.
there.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Please do it, baby. Yes.
I would have told her ass take that
Yes.
shit
I
down. I would have
Go
told her ass
ahead.
take that shit down.
You
Your ass
don't
getting a
get
divorce
to
today.
control my
Mm.
house. You don't get to control me outside of work hours.
Hey, look,
Go ahead.
if they told me, if my job came to me, right, because I got my dream job, and yes, I am married. If my job came to me, right, told me my wife said some stupid shit about the job on the internet.
Yeah.
They told me they was gonna fire me. For one, I have wanted this job since I was a 3-year-old little boy.
Yeah.
It's either you take the video down or you can get a divorce and get the fuck out of my house today.
Oh my
One
gosh.
of the two. Take the shit down and get out. Which one?
I don't know, Crash. Crash a young guy. He just can't speak. Hey, we don't allow that, y'all. We don't allow you can still have your emotions without doing all that cursing. All right. Parents know how I am. He just did it just because. Okay. Anybody else want to speak on that? Miss Snapper, how you doing? You just got in here. And
Hi.
Ellen, how you doing, Snap? What do you think about it?
I just came in on the tail end, and I agree with what Miss Cookie was saying and some of the comments that you made. Because there are people who live vicariously through you. And you have
Mm,
people that it's funny, like, I can go on Facebook and I'll see someone that maybe work at the same, job. But what I do, I block them ahead of time. Anybody
yeah.
within my leadership chain, you block.
Mm,
And so, I mean, if you're that involved to where you have to make go through a back account or something like that, just to keep the riffraff down.
yeah.
Even if they make a separate account or whatever, if you looking for something, that's harassment,
It
y'all.
is.
That's harassment. If
Mm,
you're looking for something on a person, for one, their life is unhappy because
True.
absolutely they're jealous of you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. If I do my job and I do my job well,
That's right.
you stay in your lane and I'm gonna stay in my lane.
some of
Thanks.
them just interested in your life. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
You can
just
have all the interest you want. Here's the
What's that
thing.
jealous spirit?
I love Michael B. Jordan. I would love to be with him, but guess what? I'm gonna stay in my lane,
hmm
and he gonna stay in his lane. I'm not gonna go after that man and try to hurt him.
yeah. Go ahead, Miss Ellen. Miss Ellen, you there?
Hi guys.
Yes, ma'am. Tell me, you hear about the conversation, right?
The this one now with TikTok.
Well, it's any type of social media, man. People just all in your life. How you
Yeah.
feel about that?
Um.
Some of your coworkers just having bad intentions, going behind your back, wishing bad on you. Talk to me about
It's both, because like I would be scared to lose my job if it was something. But at the same time, like, don't tell me what to do. It's my personal life. Are you paying me enough? Maybe this is a side gig for me where I'm making a little bit extra. Like you want to tell me what to do at that time, then pay me for that time too. So
it.
it's
Exactly.
it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not on your clock. I understand if you're working for like a specific thing where your face is the company and people know your face and they associate it with the company, and then you're doing something completely like out of control on social media. I would understand the conversation and maybe some rules, let's say, but not to the degree that people take it, like getting fired over your social media and stuff like that. Yeah, so, and that's
I
why I
like,
work for myself.
There you
Nobody's
go,
telling me
right
what to
there.
do.
and I like the point that she's saying. You want to have some kind of representation of your job. I don't represent my job. I'm at work. I'm gonna do my job, and then I go home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, like I said, man, it could be your friends. It could be. I just don't get it when it's your boss, man. Like it's your boss woman or boss man. Like your life, you come to me, you tell me your life is like this and your life is like that. But for some reason, you still interested in what I got going on.
They're intimidated by you.
That is the most
They
disgusting
intimidated
thing.
and insecure.
Mm-hmm.
That's happened to me a
And
lot.
so
About
sometimes people feel like you're gonna take their position because they see potential. They can see some people can see
yes,
you before you see yourself, and so they'll just try anything and
So
do
true.
anything to make you look bad and sabotage you.
yes.
People's crazy.
They looked at my resume and they looked at my resume and was like, "Man, I just can't believe you had a resume like this. Like you've been in State Department, you've been drill sergeant in the United States Army, you've been this and this and this and this and this, and you still coach football for these kids. You know what I mean? Like, and you still give time to your son. And just when I tell you, it's a mess. It is a mess. How you doing, Miss Rose?
It's because
It,
something in you reminded of them, something triggered them. They probably seen it could have been you just spending time with your kids or doing something that you love, and they were not doing something. Like you said, somebody said that they miserable. Misery loves company.
Mhm.
And they could see you doing something that you're passionate about and feel some type of way because they didn't pursue their passions, or, don't have the life you have. People can have more than you and still be jealous.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I mean that's the thing. If it's something that they feel that they're lacking in, that's not your problem.
Mhm.
That's
Crazy.
not yours. That's for them to work on.
You
Confident.
got
When you
you
show
got all this success and you still jealous? Oh, but that don't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. Now I see if you have all that success and you might be jealous of me being in a relationship, a healthy relationship with somebody. Maybe I can see that. But if you messed up your relationship, what that got to do with me? You know what I'm saying?
I like
If you had
accountability.
lack accountability, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
like you remind them of something they're not doing. You could be an authentic person, real, and if a person know they be lying just to make themselves look good and trying to hold an image, and here you is, everybody's drawn to you because you're authentically
there we go.
you and
right,
you're true. They
the
feel they
confidence,
feel insecure about that. Like you said, it's a them problem.
Mhm.
Hmm.
the confidence alone, your
Can that
confidence.
happen in relationship though?
Mhm.
Where we start a competition, okay? Because that's why I want to really go with it. I want people to see where it starts at your occupation. It starts at school. Your kids probably going through it. What about going through it in your own household? That right there is it really hurts me to see men not supporting their wife to be entrepreneurs, or the wives not supporting the husbands to be entrepreneurs,
That
or
means
even
that
just in a relationship. Say that
that
again.
that means somebody is hurt, and that's something that's private that you discuss with your person.
Okay. Okay. All right, Miss Giggles, how you doing? And Doctor, what's up, Doc? I ain't see you up there.
Happy
Pretty
Mental
good.
Health Awareness Month.
Say that again.
Happy Mental Health Awareness Month.
Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay. All right. All right. Doc, tell me about. And then Miss Giggles, you can come off of mute. Also, I want you to jump in when Doc give her little soliloquy. Talk to me about sleeping with the enemy. What do you think about relationships not supporting each other, and we kind of sabotaging it? Well, not we, but there are some people that are sabotaging their relationship by creating some type of competition or jealousy, envy.
Would love to yield to someone else. Let me let that
Okay,
rest
I got you,
for just a second.
Miss Giggles. No problem, Miss Giggles, and you got Cameron. Is it how you say your name?
Giggles,
Serum,
giggles.
Miss
Yeah.
Giggles. Go ahead, Miss Giggles, and then Miss Lawrence. Miss Lawrence, you can jump in there too.
What you say? Sleeping with the enemy?
Yeah, just sleeping with
I
the
think
enemy,
we
or
all
we were just
have.
talking about coworkers or friends.
Yeah. Oh, what you saying? It could be at your job too.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
that's what we were just talking about. We were just talking
Yeah.
about the job. Your boss
Yeah.
might not like it. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? I don't care for my boss. I am an educator, but I don't care for my principal. I did have I did have an issue with my one of my coworkers the other day. I was educating one of her students on who started Versace and Fendi and where it comes from. And she's a black girl, black chick.
Okay,
I'm in Florida. I'm in northern Florida. She from Miami, and they have like Miamians have like this like aggression how they
I'm
speak.
from Miami. I'm from
But
Miami.
you know how y'all do. So look. So then
I'm from the city.
I'm in Tallahassee, so you know, but yeah. And she didn't like that I was educating her students about Black history, and then she was like, "Don't tell them that. Don't talk to them about that." And
Mm.
said that in front of a YT parent, and I'm like, "What?"
Okay, it's okay to
And
say
I
white.
thought me
It's
and
okay
her
to
were
say white. It's
cool.
not a problem. It's
Yeah,
not a
but
problem to say white. You
yeah,
can
I'm
say it.
sorry. Yeah, white. But I thought me and her were cordial. And I never go to work to make friends, but I'm just saying, I just thought me and her were cordial. I just felt like, she could address me and pull me to the side. And then when I did ask
Yeah.
her, I said, "Well, why did you sound? Why were you talking to me in that tone?" She told me I was just being direct. I said, "No, you don't have to be direct with me. You can do those children that way because we're both adults." So I mean, I'm gonna say I could say that I thought we were cool. I thought we were on better terms, but not to address me in that manner. I didn't appreciate that. You
Exactly.
know, yeah. And so I could say that is
You think
like
she
kind of
feel
the history
threatened?
of the
Why?
Enneagram.
Why you think she feel threatened? Do you think she feel threatened?
I don't know because well, I'm more because first of all, as me coming up, my family from Chicago, and my family was part of the nation, so I know they're not in it no more. That was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But because we know about history, and my father is taught world history and Black history, and traveled all around the world and read all these books. You know,
Yeah.
he always educated us on history and learning about our culture. And so when I was learning about, where Versace came from, the design, how they stole it, Louis Vuitton stole the design, Fendi stole the design, and I was trying to educate the students, I don't know why she felt threatened or intimidated by me trying to educate our youth, our Black kids. So I don't know why she was doing that. Yeah.
Put yourself on mute.
The only thing that
I'm landing my plane. I'm done.
No. You good? Go ahead. Oh,
the
you
only
done?
thing the only thing I'm thinking about is you can't change history. History can repeat itself if you allow it, but at the same
Oh,
time,
okay.
if that person or that parent is embarrassed by the history, again, that's a them problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they need to go to the politician and try to change the law on that, and that's what they're trying to do. But go ahead, Miss Lawrence.
Hey, y'all doing, y'all? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Mr.
Okay.
Lawrence. Sorry about that, boss.
That's all
Mr.
right.
Lawrence.
Hey, my
How you say your name?
pronunciation
Karan? Karan?
Saran. Yes, Saran.
Saran. Saran. I got you.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
go ahead, boss.
I agree with everybody that's on the panel, especially Cookie. I heard some conversation you had earlier. These two ladies that are in the picture with me, the one in the middle is my mother. I just recently passed in 2021, and so
Yeah.
then my
So,
sister's
sorry for
on the
that.
end of that. So just a little bit of, I think that the response I would make if anybody is on the job is I had a life before I came to this job. So where did we start violating people's First Amendment rights? I do what I do on my time, and if I'm married to my spouse or my significant other, our business is in the bedroom, my business is in our house, so it ain't got nothing to do with the job. So I wish my
Exactly.
boss would say something to me at work in regards to, because here's the thing: you're hired based on your profession. My resume didn't have my life or my personal life in my resume. My resume had the job qualifications. So what you talking about?
Hmm. The big thing is how you and your wife, how you and the significant other,
Hmm.
so that's your wife. How do you handle that distraction when it comes to say if it was her
Hmm.
being affected by something you did on social media
Hmm.
at the job?
So I think my wife would be in agreement with me. My wife and I've been married 26 years. And so I think we will go with the fact that she would stand up to whoever is saying something to her in regards to our relationship outside of the walls of opportunity, job, career, whatever.
Hmm.
I had more years with her than I had with my job. I think that's how we would look at it first, is prioritizing what's more important, our integrity or giving up our rights and privileges. And so this is where
Hmm.
we gotta know the laws. They're trying to, like you said, they're trying to change the laws. They're getting people's business.
Yeah.
How about you make a law called mind your business law? There you go.
They don't want to do that. They ain't gonna do that now. You already know.
Yeah.
Mind your business law. All right. We're gonna let Snapper, you said something about it yet? If not, you and Adam go ahead and get it in. I'm gonna change the topic. How
That
you
again?
doing? I said, what did you think before I changed the topic? What did you guys think about things that go on at work where they try to
No, I spoke on that.
you already spoke on it. Go ahead, Adam. And then we're gonna change the topic.
Okay.
Cause Doc said she ain't gonna talk on it. But I understand. Go ahead, Adam. Okay, Adam is not there. All right, we're gonna change the topic. Uh, Personality. Personality and attitude are things that people struggle with in a relationship. What kind of advice would you give a person that struggles with that? Let's go to Doc. Are you ready? If not, Doc, we're gonna go to Jackie. All right, go ahead, Jackie.
I'm afraid on that one.
Talk to me, Doc. I saw Doc come off of mute. Go ahead.
No, you're about to get me, but I do want to go back to that
Personality.
last. No,
Okay,
hold
the
up.
last.
Yeah,
Okay.
if it's possible. Now, I may differ than the majority,
Uh
but
huh.
I do think that it's important that we be conscientious of our actions and behaviors beyond work and anything that would impact our relationship in a very derogatory manner. I do think
Mm-hmm.
that that's urgently important. When the clock stops at 5, whether it's first, second, or third shift, when that clock stops, it's still in an indirect way representative of your role as an employee. Your clock never stops as a spouse. And so you still have to be particular about your behavior and actions, meaning, as a married woman, my husband would not want me drunk in the community, just sloppy drunk in the community. My
Mm-hmm.
husband would not want to hear about me at the restaurant cursing everybody out. So I still think it's particular levels of integrity that we must sustain in both capacities. That's just my personal perceptive.
What about social media?
Can I say that? Say something?
Hold on, Miss Cookie. What about social media?
Even on social media, we have to be. I think it's important that we be very particular about social media as well. Point blank, period. That's just me. I've been an administrator before. People, unfortunately, have departed from positions because of the behavior on social media. It's still an indirect representation of your role, and people debate that all the time. But I just stand 10 toes down on it. That we just have to be particular.
Okay, okay.
Let
Go ahead, Miss
me,
Cookie. Oh, okay. Miss Cookie, then C-Run. Go
Okay,
ahead.
on that note, principal, again, as as an educator, you know what life you want to live. You know what you want to represent, okay? But when somebody goes past that, past the opportunity, I mean not even opportunity, past the gall to tell you how to live your life even after that, that's when you've crossed my boundaries.
You saying
And
when you clocked out of work, right?
yeah, I'm going to push you back. I'm going to push you back because I know how I've been raised by my parents. I know how to conduct myself. But if I get on a live and I'm talking with, other individuals about a topic, that's not your place. That's not your place.
I think you also want to add, Miss Cookie, and I think she said this, guys. If your administrator follows you on social media without your consent, is that okay? Talk to me, Mr. Lawrence.
Well, wait. So even after that, my honor and my way of representing my family is through respect.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to do something that is inappropriate. But again, other people take your actions as it relates to them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. I
Well,
can't take.
I'm asking something specific. Is it okay to follow someone on social media without their consent?
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
People follow people all the time, without asking. They just follow you, and it's up to you to follow them back.
Oh,
What I've
it's
learned,
public.
especially
Okay.
from, yeah, but when it comes to things like your employers, if you follow them back, then they can go onto your page and look at all your stuff, and you gave them permission to snoop at that point once you follow them back. But
That's
But
true.
sometimes, yeah, but sometimes they can create an account. You don't know who they are, you know, And then they follow you. That's the part I don't like, that I feel like I would have a problem with. I hold myself to a certain standard anyway. I'm not going to do anything that's going to embarrass myself, you know. But if they're going to
There are
follow you,
teachers,
I want to know.
Miss Jackie. There are teachers that their students end up following them. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how the students get their account. I don't know how they get it, but the students get the account, and now you took it. We lost somebody. We lost a good supporter on here because of that. The way the teacher was acting on here, the students had recorded, and which I really thought it was a parent. I really thought it was a parent that did that.
Probably. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just didn't like her, just didn't like her, and then they tried to use it against the teacher. You know what I'm saying? So I get it on both sides, but I just say act professional, act professional. But you still have to be you. Guys, we still want to be us, right?
Just be the
Mr.
presentable version of yourself in public,
Okay,
because
all
you're a
right,
public figure. Yeah.
Mr. Lawrence, you wanted to jump on? Go ahead, Alan.
Yeah, so somebody still on mute?
Go ahead, Alan. You're off of mute. Go ahead.
Okay, okay,
You and Mr.
okay.
Lawrence, go ahead.
All right.
You just got some background noise back there. But go ahead.
Yeah, I can't hear.
Okay.
It
Mr.
might be me.
Lawrence. Yeah, just
Yeah,
mute yourself. Mute yourself, Alan. Mr. Lawrence, go ahead.
yeah. So I kind of agree with the difference of opinion on the fact that I just think it
Mute
has to
yourself,
be.
Alan. You gotta mute yourself, Alan. Oh, I gotta disconnect. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Lawrence.
There we go. All right, so it was a Dr. GLK.
Yes.
I agree with you on to a certain extent, but when we got people trying to define, we already know right from wrong. So when somebody else tries to define our personal life, that's what I have a problem with. And what I say about that, I give an example, is in the DOD space, you got Peter Hegseth drinking alcohol, doing egg hunts, but he's the Secretary of Defense and he's defining policies, but he get on TikTok, social media to act up. That's the part I don't understand. So when they start judging people about what people doing in their personal lives, but you in the camera every day and you setting policies as a leader, I just don't agree with what they got going on when they say policies being violated. You can't do that. You can't have a social life. I know for a fact I'm not gonna get on TV or in front of a camera and act a fool. I don't want to lose my job, but we've always been painted that we got to follow the rules. Now we do. We got integrity. I think we're born with it. That's our essence. But the flat out is I get on social media. I'm taking pictures with my kids and my wife, and somebody come on behind and start judging me or following me. I'm gonna be like, yeah, mind your business. I don't see you complaining about these cats that make the rules and get on TV and just act a fool. But we got to play by
Yeah.
the rules. That's all I had to say.
Gotcha. Anybody else want to jump in?
Hey, how y'all
D'Angelo, how
doing?
you doing, boss Cancer? How you doing?
Hello to everybody.
Yeah, we talking about privacy from your work life. Pretty
Yeah,
much. A lot of people have gotten in trouble for social media access, and we were just speaking on a teacher. Her students recorded her while she was on my panel, and we were talking about a certain topic, but I don't know.
uh-huh.
I don't even know how the students knew how to follow her because she had a private page, and it wasn't even her name. But she went
Yeah.
on camera and she went on video, and that's how they confirmed it was her. They looked at her face, and how do you feel about that?
Well,
How do you feel about
yeah, well, nice to meet everybody and good morning. I'm from New York area, so it's a pleasure to meet everyone. Um, so I would probably say that, first of all, two examples. One, I know a young man I interviewed here on the TikTok platform. He's a teacher. His name is Dean the Author. You can check him out. He's a lot of viral videos, but he's got a lot of elementary kids that follow him. And he was
Yeah.
telling me that they do follow, that some of them do find him on TikTok because a lot of these kids are on TikTok. So I think there is accountability, if you're in a role serving the public and people have access to your information publicly, like any other platform, you can set privacies. So use the tools and set privacies, because if you're doing things that might contradict your job and its brand, that's a problem. Another example is I am an HR partner for a global company called Unilever, and we have
Mm-hmm.
employees all over the world, and I hire people all the time, and I look at their LinkedIn accounts, things like that.
Uh,
A person that comes to work for a brand, okay, even if you forget that, it could be McDonald's, okay? Um, you're representing a brand. And so if you are doing things that you might think are contradicting that brand,
mhm.
okay, in any way, then you need to have your profiles private and don't think that you can have your stuff public and people just take it as what it is. I hear what the brother's saying about the politician and the things they do, outside of politics. I get that. I get the whole, you know, uh, the whole mindset with that. So I kind of agree with you that too. But I think from an HR standpoint, when I look at it from
Thank
an
you.
HR lens, it's very risky. It's very
Mm.
risky. Hmm.
Okay. Real quick, if everyone host at the top level, you can please tap that as many times as you want to. For me, I greatly appreciate it. You're doing it for you too. We all know this site works off of algorithm. If you bring the algorithm to this site, uh, and the more exposure, the better. You can also get your daily heart rate at the top. I'm thinking, yeah, don't quote me on it. I'm thinking it's a penny for your daily heart rate. We have about 400 members right now on the unconditional advice chat group, and right now we're 25 groups strong, 32 people apiece. Right now, and it's all because of us, our family, our team. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Follow everyone on this panel right now. Please follow everybody on this panel. Hopefully, you guys have an open open policy where you allow people to follow you. If not, make sure you follow me. Whatever you want to put on. What's up, Mr. Page? I see you down there. We got people definitely waiting to get in. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
I have a question.
Mr. Kelson, yes, sir. I want you to chime in on that because uh, what if your page is private, but you don't accept that person. You don't accept the person. Is that still you being in the wrong? And then Dog and D'Angelo, you guys can chime in off that too. Go ahead, Cancer.
Um, so the person, I'm gonna say, if you didn't accept the person and they went on your page and pulled some information up on you, um, it just goes to say how public it is,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes back to what D'Angelo said. It's just like being an athlete or a singer. They hold all these people, and even like going to a millwright job, a factory job, an industrial job, they have criterias and they have things that you can't get caught doing out in public that will affect your job.
Yes.
So, if it's something that's not degrading and it's something that's not offensive, I mean, if she's 21 and she's having a drink, they shouldn't be able to say anything about it. Period. Um, all coaches drink. All you know what I'm saying. Teachers drink, and do worse. But the drinking, they're definitely allowed to go to the liquor store and get caught buying a 12 pack of beer on a Friday night. So you know,
Already.
yeah. So if it's anything outside of that, like if you have if you're being promiscuous, you being your sexy self or some stuff like that, then hey, yeah, you're gonna flatten the image of the company, and you probably need to find some parental and some other ways to protect your brand so that they
Got
don't know
it.
the real you.
I see you, Alexander. I want anybody else got anything to say on it that they left out because we about to switch focus, switch topic.
Yeah, can I say one other thing? One other
Yes, sir.
example? All right, I'll make it quick. About you just made me think of what he was just saying, made me think about this. I was in this sales role with this other company about 10 years back, and I helped a friend get a job there, right? Worst
Mm-hmm.
mistake I ever made, but I helped him get a job there, and we had to go on a business trip, several other employees to this other location. We all had hotel rooms. We were checking into the hotel room. And so the hotel knew that this company had about 20 employees checking in, and we're checking in, and he checks in first, and I'm with him waiting to check in, and he says to the lady on the other side, he says, who's checking him in at the front desk, he's like, anything else you need? She goes to him and gives the room card. He goes, yeah, and if you can come up to my room later. And like he thought it was funny, and I was looking at him
Yeah.
like, no, that shit ain't funny, okay, at all. So then I think she just played it off, right? And then we walked to the elevator. I was like, bro, don't ever do that around me ever again. He was like, what's the problem? I said, do you understand that's not appropriate behavior working for this
Mm.
company? He was like, dude, we're on our own time. I said, wrong. We are in commute to a hotel that is booked major, that we have 20 employees booking it corporate wide in this place, and we're
Mm.
having an event here in the auditorium the next morning. They know who you are, and they know if that lady is offended. She knows I'm a witness. And you said, what do you think I'm going to do when they come to me? Did this
Wow.
actually happen? Can you pay my mortgage? No. I'm going to tell on your ass. So that's that.
Exactly.
I got a
Exactly.
question on that real quick. Just a real quick question. So, D'Angelo, you said you in working in HR. So, one,
Yeah.
I see things from three sides, brother, and I agree with everybody on the panel. The question I have is when the policies and the laws that HR create, somebody when they come on as an employee, they sign something, NDA, whatever, to protect them and their rights and stuff like that. What I'm trying to express is some people misconstrue or misinterpret things placed on social media, especially dealing with politics, where people are having their opinions about certain political things, and then they get upset about that, and then they go back to work, and then they complain, and that person loses their job
Yeah.
because they have a difference of opinion. So it's kind of like it depends on the use case, right? But we got to break it down. We talk at the people want to talk at the macro level. Is it wrong? Is it wrong? It depends on each use case. It's my opinion. Over.
Gotcha. You want a rebuttal or you want to move
I
forward?
mean, the use case, I'm not sure. I mean, from my understanding, politics and religion, well, at least I can only speak for where I'm currently at right now in the last two companies. We have a policy that politics and religion should not really be discussed in our work environment because
Exactly.
it's too divisive. So
Mm-hmm.
if someone's being wrongfully treated by a company based on their political views, that would be a problem. I could see that being a lawsuit that an employee could potentially win because
Yeah.
who they vote in and what religion they believe in, it has no, should have no bearing on their ability to do the job, right?
Exactly.
So when we
So
engage in conversations at work, we should never be engaging in things like that could make a manager discriminate against you. I mean, if I tell a manager I'm Muslim, for example, you know what I'm saying, without having to share that information, what if that person has a unknown bias against Muslims? We'll never know, right? But now you start seeing some treatments in the office that you feeling not fair, and you're trying to like, oh, I wonder if it's because I shared that with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
totally agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
As
That,
if I
that
oh
happened.
yeah,
That
go.
happened to me. Go ahead, Cash. That happened to me in Dubai. Go ahead, Cash.
I was thinking as if the color of our skin ain't enough since this panel is all seems to be the same ethnic. We go in with strikes against us, man. It's hard for us out there, and we all can agree to that. So we don't need to be shooting ourselves in no pinky toes.
All I'm saying is, when it comes to your significant other, they could definitely get you in trouble too. And I've seen that happen when you go to job functions and people get to meet your significant other for the first time, When they meet them, you guys really exchange contact information.
She got that
And
bonnet on and them flip flops.
exactly that type thing, man. So we're gonna. Anybody else have anything to say about that before we move to the next topic? Going once, Miss Sheena, you okay?
Yeah, I'm
I don't
good.
think you got to speak. Okay, I got you. I'll go to you first, Miss Sheena. All right. The question that I asked Miss Jack in relationship, what is so tough about personality, attitude, and entitlement?
What is so tough?
What is so tough about it? Why is it so much of a deal breaker? Personality
Um,
and yes,
your character,
attitude and entitlement.
your character attitude. I'm gonna hold on to entitlement because I'm not. Hold on. Let me just talk on the character and the personality.
Okay,
That
go ahead.
means a lot because that's your fruit, and however you present yourself, it matters. Like if you're hostile, or if you lie a lot, or if you play games. You talking about in relationships, even in
Yes, ma'am.
friendships, it matters because don't nobody want to be around a person who lies all the time or is dramatic or don't nobody want to be around a thief, you know. So it character and personality matters a whole lot because whatever your mind state is, it determines how good or bad your relationship goes.
Yeah,
As
so
it
that's part of your attitude too, right?
right. And entitlement, are you talking about the relationship status?
Entitlement. What you think someone
Should or shouldn't
should
be
do?
doing?
There you go.
Okay, now I feel like as if it's friendships, I don't know. I just believe in equality. That's me. You know, if I got your back, you got my back. I believe in not to have now. You have to set boundaries when it comes to friendships. Um, depending on, I just feel like this. You have to use wisdom and in relationships, it should be, you know, I got you if you don't get it, and you got me if I don't get it. We should, you know, be building something together. Friendships, it could be the same way with friendships. You know, if I consider a person to be my friend or sister, or you know, as a sister or a brother, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look out for you. You look out for me. But if there's no honesty, no loyalty, um, and everybody's raised different, so you got to choose
Yeah.
wisely because everybody believes different, everybody's raised is different. But I definitely wouldn't want to be around somebody that's controlling and I can't be myself.
Mm. Okay. Go ahead, Cancer. I see you. Talk to me.
I just came up with you. That's all. I'm being
Okay, okay,
myself.
okay.
Yeah, I'm just being myself.
Okay, I got you. All right, Miss Snapper. Miss Snapper, how you doing? You need me to do you need me to repeat the question?
You could go ahead and repeat. It was basic. Well, if I understood, you was asking why does personality, character, and attitude affect, or why is it so rough on relationships, right?
Here we go, here we go. Personality, attitude, and entitlement
Well,
are some of the key deal breakers. And they make so much tension in a relationship
what
because remember we speak two different languages as men and women. Sometimes we're not on the same page.
and that's the
Go ahead.
answer right there. Like, we are who we are. Just coming up, and then when you work for one, your personality, like if you work hard and you go hard for to become who you've become, then
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that you've worked hard for, you've become entitled to. And you don't want to change or lose who you are, lose yourself just to sacrifice, a relationship with certain individuals. Hence why, if I'll just go back, like, as far as relationships with a significant other. If
Mm-hmm.
you're out here single and you're dating, and and especially if you have a little bit of age on you, it becomes very challenging Why? Because you've met whatever goals you've met for yourself, and you've set a certain standard for yourself, and you're not willing to I'm not going to say compromise, but standards are standards, but preferences and standards are different, right? And so
Okay.
you should always have certain standards that you live by and certain deal breakers, but don't allow your preferences to get in the way of your standards, sometimes.
Exactly.
And
I
and
understand.
I just think that right there is a strain on relationships. You can grow away from people, family members too. It's all relationally.
But can't
And
you adjust? Like we're all about solutions here. Detailed solution. I say detailed solution. So doesn't a person supposed to have an open mind enough to where they can adjust
you should
to handle the problem together?
have an open mind, but there are some things that you may not be willing to compromise on. I mean, it helps to have an open mind, but you also want someone that you can align with. And
Okay.
so not everyone aligns with one another. That's just like even just being on this platform, you can kind of like stroll through, and some conversations are just conversations that you chose not to indulge in, or just stay on
Correct.
that panel. People be click, I'm saying, hit like, follow me, but I'm like, give me time to see what you're talking about. Is it some substance or merit behind it? And so I
Yeah.
keep an open mind, but we also get to pick and choose what works for us and what does not.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Uh, C-Run.
Oh, see.
C-Run. C-Run.
So
All
I'm
right. It's on
listening.
you,
I
my
mean,
brother.
yeah, I'm outside cutting the grass, but I got my only comment on that is
Go ahead.
it's all good to do background checks even on the personal life. That's
There's nothing
that's
wrong
I
with a background check.
man, come on, like, cause the thing about it is, I told y'all earlier, I was raised by my mama. You know what I'm saying, right in the middle. So a lot of times you got to go back to the root of how he grew up. My mama always told me, "Better respect women. I'm gonna have your ass." So I think
so
you gotta do your homework. Right?
so look, so some people get in a relationship and they never ask for a person's ID card, man. Never,
My
not one time.
let me give you a little tip on what I was talking about being married 26 years. My wife ran a background check on me before we started dating. She ain't had
You
no
don't know a
kids.
person's real name, man. Come
Right.
on,
She
man.
ran a background check. He had a private investigator, and did a full background check, make sure I had no baby mamas, good credit. You know what I'm saying? All that, man. Come on.
Oh
It's
man. She
they
did
say
a credit
relationship.
check. She
Yeah,
checked your credit, bro.
man, bruh. They say relationship take work. That's the work right there.
Relationship paperwork. Oh man, relationship
Listen,
paperwork. Go ahead, go ahead. Finish your thought. My bad, bro.
no, you good, man. I just wanted to, I think we can solve that problem very quickly when y'all start having conversations about putting in the work. Yeah, you're gonna have to put some work in.
Yeah,
Full
yeah,
background check of all your others. And I mean, I told my wife when I first met her, it's a spiritual thing too. You see somebody that you want to hook up with, and you're gonna see your future with, you go
exactly,
after it. You put that work in.
exactly. No, I like that. I appreciate you, Sierra. Jackie, I got you cancer after Jackie. Jackie, Miss Cookie, then cancer. Talk to me.
So I'll say this: in one of my relationships, I would set goals and I would go after them, right? But my ex was the type to just go with the flow. He would just be talking, but he would never follow through on what he would say that he was going to do.
Mm.
That to me was very difficult because I'm like, our personality types, it's not going to work because I'm a go getter and you're just too chill, just too go with the flow, not making any plans. Um, yeah, that's kind of my feedback. It's important. You got to be with somebody that's equally yoked with you.
Okay. Panel, please, everybody, please share the show. Please share the show. The next question, we're gonna still stay on this question. I just want everybody so we can get ahead. Why is it important for you to get married? I just want to hear what everybody has to say about it and stay married. Jackie, you was done with your.
Yeah.
Soliloquy. We're
Yeah.
gonna go to Miss Cookie. Miss Cookie, go ahead.
Um, well, I've been married already, and that was a marriage that was
Person,
very difficult.
but I don't want to confuse you. Personality, attitude, and entitlement is what we're talking about now. We're gonna talk about
Okay.
the marriage
Okay.
thing in a minute. Why do you want to get married? Go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Cookie.
Okay.
You
So
next. You next. Cancer after Miss Cookie.
Okay. So personality for one is important to me because I want to be able to be myself around someone and they feel comfortable. I want them also to be comfortable around me and be themselves. So
Uh,
that right there is important for me. Um, I want to be aligned. I want to be aligned with the same person that has the same goals, the same, admiration like I have, and likewise me being the same with that person. So to me, having those important parts in the relationship,
mhm.
it keeps it going. It keeps it strong. It keeps it um, where we're.
How do you deal with a person's attitude, Miss Cookie?
Wait, say that again.
How do you deal with a person's attitude from their personality?
It depends. I think if the attitude is negative, then I probably will not encourage that. If
Mm,
the attitude is positive, then I'm definitely going to fold in, follow, and be a part of that.
wow, I got you. Now the last question is entitlement. Okay, we struggle with entitlement in relationship, and part of that goes to what do you think? What do you think about entitlement?
Well, in a relationship,
Hmm.
I don't want to, ladies. I don't want to sound like I'm. I don't want to sound like I'm just gonna let them do whatever, but
It's your opinion. This
I
is
know.
your opinion.
Again, I know my role. I know his role. I'm gonna stay in my lane, and I'm going to follow someone that is really trying to present themselves as the head. If they're not presenting themselves as a head, then there
Hmm.
will be situations. Yeah, there will be conversations. There will be interruptions going on.
Okay. All right. All right. Now think about that marriage question before I go around the panel. Go ahead, Cancer. Talk to me about personality, attitude, and entitlement. Talk to me. You still on mute. This is my man with the T-Mobile, right?
So so
Talk to
so
me.
so when I was trying to chime in earlier, it was after what Saran was saying,
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You
and
can chime in on it.
we were talking about and I don't mean to be skipping around on your subject, but I've been had
No,
this
you're good. You're
on
good.
stock for a minute.
Speak your mind.
Um, the conversation, that topic that you had going on about anyway, we were talking about how you have to research and do your background checks.
Hmm.
And that was very, very, very important. That was probably that topic kept me. So what I'm saying is that I put it out there first because that'll
Go
keep you.
ahead.
If I
Go
tell you
ahead.
first, I know you I won't lose you. So
Hmm.
so so my ex of being over 5.5, 6 years together slept with my son. Was
Oh man.
Well, she was having sex with my son. Said they slept and held each other, but they was having sex with each other, right? So I didn't
Sorry
find
for that,
out.
bro.
I didn't. Oh man, it's no thing. It's been years ago. It's going on 8, 9 years ago. But the thing about it is that it was eye opening
Mm.
to to how you can go in and think that you're doing your research on a person. You get a daycare teacher, you get a student from a university that was in an 11-year marriage to her professor. You know what I'm saying? So you think you got all this lined up. He's in the military and he marries, one of his students
Mm.
and fall in love. And they have all their kids in wedlock, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you know, she tells you that he cheated on her and broke her heart, and that, you know, she's this hardworking woman with 3 kids at home, and she need a good man, and you know, you've been fucked over. I've been fucked over by the
Don't
system,
say
you
the F
know.
word. Don't say the F word.
Oh, okay. Well,
Remember,
you want
we got Versace on the line. You gonna mess it
they
up for
don't
your
care.
brother. Go ahead,
Okay,
talk to
okay,
me,
okay,
man.
okay. But well, yeah, like it's they tell you that they've had the lower end of the last relationship,
I
and
understand you
then you
frustrated.
know they um they get you in a position where you're already coming out of a relationship where you was with a woman for 10.5 years, where you had 2 kids with her, and then she got pregnant by another man, and you stayed with her
Mm,
because you got 2 sons, and then
mm,
gave her another child. Now you got a woman and 4 kids you've been raising, and then she run off with your kids because
yeah,
she's sneaking out the bed on you. You see what I'm saying? So I went through all of that to get to
yeah,
this woman
gotcha.
who slept with the son from the mother that ran off with him. And I had just got him back, and then got locked up and went to prison for some stuff that they could. I had no fingerprints, like nothing that they could prove. I went to trial and got 22 years. I did
Gotcha.
7 and got my bachelor's in computer science and business management. So I'm college educated now. I belong to an
Gotcha.
automation group and a light robotics. I work with light robotics and automation. I study AI. My last job before I became disabled flew me in and out on Mondays and Fridays. You know, I fly out on Monday and fly home on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
I did all this after being incarcerated. And when I came home and met that woman, I came into her life with 2 daughters and a son.
Yeah,
And that happened after 6 years of us being through a rough relationship because she didn't want to be the woman that she portrayed to be in the streets. And
yeah,
so you have these masks on from the women that you do the deepest background checks on, or the men that you do the deepest background checks on.
yeah. I agree.
You got people, you got Denzel Washington out there, you know. You got some actors that ain't on the big screen. I'll leave it at that.
I got you. I
See,
got
I
you. I
could go
got
because it's your
you.
show,
No.
but
Listen,
that's a
you
deep
have your
subject.
time. You've been real patient. You've been real patient. We just here to support you, bro. If you need
Yeah,
to take a breather, it's okay. All
thank
right.
you.
If you
Thank
need
you.
to
I
take a
appreciate
breather, just mute yourself. It's people here that sympathize with you. I hate that you went through that, boss. I really do. I
it.
really do.
And society paints a picture of us as and our culture of men, they put us so low. It's that they're seeking so much other in so many other places,
Yeah.
and they throw the jewels that they have with within their presence. They grow. They sweep the streets with us. I don't know
Yeah.
how raggedy and how broken I can feel sometimes.
What solution would you like to see in place? How about that? Let's talk about some solutions.
This is part of the solution. Having a panel like this, I love seeing people that I'm surrounded by
Hmm.
right now who have an empathetic heart and an
Exactly.
open mind and want to find solutions. That was the most important thing that touched my heart.
That's the
You want
power.
to find solutions. It's hard to find people that want to solve problems. People like to talk about problems, but they never want to do anything to try to solve them. So I want to be a part of
Exactly.
a team that's solving problems, that's trying to have solutions to better this situation because we have some real problems out here.
Real problem.
Yeah,
And the biggest is the 70% divorce rate. So that's why we
yeah.
doing it right now.
I'd like to chime on that. I'd
Go
like to
ahead, boss
chime.
man.
First of all, Cancer man, love that you're you just sharing your heart on your
Yeah,
sleeve,
sir.
man, and just sharing us. So I appreciate that, and I totally respect that, and thank you for
Thank
doing
you.
that.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of how you turned a negative situation into a positive situation, my bro. So do that,
Hmm.
true Renaissance man. What on the marriage thing, and I'm gonna be fully transparent about my own personal experiences. I think when women say, follow man's lead, I think that role has changed so much. Matter of fact, I got a book that I'm reading right now about it, talking about how women are starting to be more the leaders in the household than commonly you would see in 1950s, especially if you have people that are holding tight to a particular religion. Like if you're a Christian and you believe that man is the head of the household, well, then that's your philosophy, right? That's what is going to be coached in the house. But that's starting to become an issue in the household, because you have women, who are just making just as much as money or more money, and that dynamic is changing. In my personal household, there's been times when my wife has made extremely more money than me, and there's been time when I made extremely more money than her, like currently now. And so that, I think, even though she's not trying to get into our religious beliefs, she's Christian, I'm more of a spiritualist, I'm more Buddhism is my angle, to be honest with you. We lead our household 50-50. We're both equal decision makers in how we run our household. We got one child. She's now 21 years old. She's not a young adult. Okay. But the reason why divorce rate is so high is because this pure example I'm giving you from where I went from Christianity to Buddhism, and she's still, and even though we're not arguing about our religious beliefs, I've changed in the last 10, 15 years, and she's changed. And through those changes, we were bumping heads a lot. And if it wasn't for us respecting that we're both two different cultures, okay, first of all, I'm African American, she's Jamaican. There's a lot of cultural differences that are there in play, okay? And we came to a point in our life, like I want to say about almost 7 years ago, where it all came ahead, and it was like potentially divorce. Potentially. And the smartest thing we did was go get marriage counseling. And that was like a reset in our entire relationship. I learned things about her I never asked her the previous years. She learned things about me I never asked. And our relationship has been flourishing since then. It's like it's like we started all over again, because we're new. We're new. We're both new. People evolve as they grow. You know what I'm saying? And the things that I believed in 10 years ago, I don't necessarily believe anymore. And the way that I live my life today has changed. And now she's had to change to be with me, and I've had to change to be with her. If you can't do that, you're going to end up in that statistic, like you just said.
Exactly. And I just want to ask you something real quick. Not too much detail on it, but when you said the 50-50, most people already categorize that as financial, but you said 50-50 in more than that way. Why
Yes.
why why don't we think about it like that? You know
Because
what I mean?
everybody's been trained to chase money. And
Yes.
Nate said something about that
Exactly.
earlier.
Yes, but it's not just the money, it's also the decision making in the home. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Oh,
because back in the days, men would be like, okay, I'm the decision maker. And if you do believe in a particular religion that enforces that, like I'm not knocking on any religion, but Christianity, right? The woman is supposed to follow the man, if I'm correct, right? The man she's following behind the man. You know, Today, this age, modern age, women are right beside the man. Maybe not from a religious standpoint, but from decision making in the household, and
nah,
that's creating a conflict, I think, at times.
D'Angelo. Let me ask you this, D'Angelo. Okay, everybody following me with this, and you guys can chime in. I know we're being respectful, guys. I correct me if I'm wrong when I say this. Okay, are we still following what's been going on in the past? It's just we word it different and we act different. Let's not try to act like our moms didn't have a voice in the house. They
Right.
they, they guided their man to lead. I'm telling you, even the most abusive guys, and I hate to talk about abuse too much, but for some reason, mom had those kids in the household together for a reason. That daddy knew not to mess up that house. You know what I mean? Daddy knew not to mess up the house. So what I'm saying, D'Angelo, is for some reason we're more focusing on, oh, now the women are making this almost the same as the men. I understand that, but at the same time, that should be where they could definitely contribute around the same that the man can contribute. Now the man has to, okay, step back. Let me help her with some of the chores at the house, because she might not have time now, because she has so much other things to do. But what I see is we still want them to do the things like they did back in the day.
I was
You know what I'm
just gonna
saying?
Exactly.
say, can I speak on that?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
I
Go
was
ahead.
just gonna say that I do, like I said, I believe in equality. Is picking up, lighting the load off of each other's shoulder. But I still, like you just said, I still want to feel like I have a man. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I still want to feel like I don't care if I'm making more money than him. I still, I still want to feel like I'm having a man. I still want him to be that man. You know what I'm
And
saying?
vice versa too.
It's just
Me
like
Vice
I'm gonna
too.
be
versa.
that. I'm gonna be that woman for him. But I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not gonna make so much money that I belittle my man or treat him insignificant, like he don't got a voice. I'm not that type of human
Yeah.
being where I crush
Right.
somebody there, because I feel like if I don't care if I'm working in a CEO company or whatever, and he's working at a factory, I'ma still treat him equally. I'ma still treat him right. I'm still treat him like he's a man.
Vice
I,
versa. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, D'Angelo and Cancer. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm just saying, I hear what you're saying, but I think when people in a marriage don't really take account for really how their partner was brought up. Like, for example, my father was in the beginning of my age, my up to about 13, he was an alcoholic. He was there, but he wasn't there. Then they
Hmm.
divorced. My mother was the leader in the household. My grandmother was.
Yes.
So I'm used to seeing women leading in my household. So it wasn't a hard transition for me to be in this marriage where I'm with a woman who also had a father who was never present, and her mother was. You see what I'm saying? So that created
Yeah.
the dynamic where
Yeah,
we can both be 50-50. Some other people can't. So you need to
yeah.
go back and learn and figure out, okay, how did you go up? Because it could come ahead and create problems when we don't understand what we all want in a relationship based on how we were
Sabotage.
brought up.
That's
Sabotage.
why
Sabotage.
communication is
Sabotage.
key. That's why communication is key. And you got to get understanding. You got to be able to
Hmm.
communicate, and you got to be able to be open. And a person should feel comfortable enough to talk to you so they can share them things so everybody can help each other get through it. Period.
It's
Now,
sabotage. Go ahead, Cancer.
question. Who all was ready for that decision making at 17, 18, and 19 years old, which is the most popular age of having kids? Nobody was sitting and ready to sit and analyze all this about that person that they fell in love with and had them kids with. So,
Right.
and this is that was a hell of a topic for that to come out right there, because when I went back after 12 years of being with my kid's mother that I was with for 10 and a half years, I had to find out that she was molested by her uncle. Her grandpa had tried to mess with her. Her brother had tried to mess with her when she was a kid. Like, her mama ran off and left her and was on drugs. I mean, all kinds of horrible stuff made her act the way she acted, and she never knew how to drive. So I was the man of a woman and 4 kids that she didn't know how to drive. And I'm 18, 19, 20 years old being this man, trying not to be a deadbeat daddy, because we was number one on the endangered species list. And oh God, my life been something else. So yeah, that was a hell of a yes.
So,
Yeah.
guys, real quick,
Oh.
we are all going. I got you, Doc. We are all going in the same direction, the same place, should I say? We are all going to the same in the same direction. I mean, in the same place. Sorry about that. We're all going in the same place, but we're taking different directions. And I think we are tricking ourselves. We're actually sabotaging ourselves to not be happy.
Mm,
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it,
mm.
because we are grown enough to know right from wrong, but we still choose to do the thing that we know God don't approve of. Come on
Yeah.
now. You know I'm
I
telling the
said
truth.
I
Self-inflicted
said this.
wounds. Thank you, Snapper.
I said our purpose in life is to be trying to serve God and find what's pleasing to God. We too stuck on trying to please each other. We all should be working like the ants in the damn ground. We ain't got no business being entertained by all this stuff that we being entertained. And at this point,
Just selfish.
this is
Go.
this is the most work we can do for God right now. What this panel's doing, as I've seen, because this is the only place that I know my heart to have been is where this panel subjects are going.
No, I appreciate you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Doc.
Thank you so much. Cancer. Continue to control your narrative. Kudos to you for your achievements. But let me get to this relationship and backgrounds because you all hit on something very instrumental. We have to realize that relationship backgrounds shape how we love, trust, argue, and heal through this journey of relationships. And we have to keep in mind that all these unresolved wounds and past patterns, even how we grow up, what we saw growing up, it guides how we show up. And so until we
Exactly.
increase our awareness and interrupt it by the vicious cycle, it's going to continue to be the demise of most relationships. It's called communication. It's called dating. It's called learning each other. It's called taking time, patience, understanding so that you can balance your relationship in a way that is sustainable.
Mm, mm, exactly. I second that one.
I want to
Go
And
interject
ahead. Go
real
ahead,
quick.
Cookie. Go ahead. Go ahead, Cookie. Then Sharon. Cookie. Then Sharon. Go ahead.
Okay, so with that, I'm going through a healing journey.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
Dr. G knows that too. So again, with all that information, what she just said, that's where I am in my life. I have I have the choice to be able to correct the negative things that I grew up with. So I don't bring that to another person. So that I can
Okay.
be my authentic self for that person. And
He went out, Cookie. I think he went out. Unless you got a call at the
it
same time.
shows an ability to love someone more sometimes than yourself.
Okay. Say it one more time, Cookie. You had went out for a second. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say it
I'm
one more
here.
time.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's my goal with my healing journey is to learn myself so I am my authentic self so that I can present myself as who I am. And also too to accept that person, but we're gonna have that communication. We're gonna have that talk. And if someone
Mm,
is not willing to do that with me, they're not my person because we are going to be able to work through things,
exactly.
handle things, and
Exactly.
get through things. That's my goal. That is my goal. And I'm not going to settle on nothing less than that because I don't want him to settle on an idea of me. I want him to see
I
me
love it.
as me, and that's the
Snapper.
woman I want
Pressing
him to be.
forward. I got a question. Well, not a question, but I guess I can pose it as a question. Is it okay after a breakup, right? It is okay to reset while you are single. Reset, refocus, and this is to my young ones. This is my to my young ones. This question right here. Is it
most
okay to reset,
definitely.
refocus, and be single until you learn and to get that PhD while you're single? Go ahead, talk to me.
It to me it's most definitely okay to reset and to refocus because you gotta like especially when you come out of a relationship you got to get back to you because sometimes we get in the wrong type of relationship you can lose yourself so it's okay to be by yourself and focus on your careers and get to know you and heal and it is you definitely need sometimes a mental break so that you can see okay next time what did I do or what did I accept or so you can reevaluate yourself. You definitely need to reevaluate, even like if you're in a relationship, um, it's okay to take some me time, not like separate from each other, but you get what I'm saying. Like
Mm-hmm.
you might want to go out with your friends, or you might want to go out to eat by yourself, or something like that. I don't know. It's okay to reset. It's okay to reset. Period. But yeah, definitely for the young people, it's okay to be by yourself. And focus on that, and learn to love you, and learn to get to know you. And I just set standards and boundaries, especially. Don't just be so quick to get in a relationship that you accept anything.
Exactly. Exactly. PhD in being single. That's what I call it. PhD in being single. Try to focus on that. Study on that. And I promise you, you'll have your options. You'll know exactly who you're gonna choose, and now it's all on you. Now it's all on
Amen.
you. To make it happen.
Amen.
Can I
Go
say?
ahead, Karan. Saran.
Can I?
Saran, go ahead. Okay, I got you, Snapper. Right after Saran, you want to go, or you want to let Snapper go real quick?
You call
Uh,
Snapper when other girls start talking. That's what it's
Right.
getting out of order, host.
No, okay, good. It's
Go ahead,
okay.
Snapper. Go ahead, Snapper. I'll wait after her.
First, I just want to commend Cancer for everything that he did. I just wanted the panel go back, but I was also listening to Mr. D'Angelo, and what he did when he said that him and his wife, they were different people, and what they
Mm,
did do was take the time to do the work, and a lot of times we don't do that. So, it was resolved. They had a problem, and just being able to go to therapy. A lot of people are not open to going to therapy, but they did the necessary work to get their marriage in order.
I
And
never was
you can
married
go
though.
to therapy, but you have to be open to, trying.
yeah. What
So
about the tolerance level that he had, Snapper? The tolerance level to deal with somebody while you guys are not, while you guys are at odds.
yeah, it's patience. I mean, I've been married. I was married for 9 years. So when I look at that, and like me and my ex spoke, like when you're getting back out here on the dating scene and you get this question, like, why are you divorced? Like it's the lack of patience that people have. We want to throw in the towel. We don't want to do the work that's required, and we take the easy route out and part ways. And
Mm,
and I'm speaking on that just based on, my past. And so yeah, just kudos to them, like he said, so that you wouldn't end up a statistic. Something that I didn't want my marriage to be was a
yeah.
statistic, but it is what it is. And when you're speaking on moving on to the resetting and refocus, that's exactly what I did. I mean, I have 21-year background in the military, and I retired 2015, 10 years ago.
Okay.
And so I left a
Thank you for your
relationship.
service.
You're welcome. I left the relationship to do just that. The relationship was not going anywhere. There was going to be life, my life was changing, geographical location
Hmm.
change, career change. And, I was just like, I don't even know what I like anymore. I needed to focus on me to see, get to know who I was. So that reset and refocusing, all of that was necessary. It was necessary. And so now, I'm able to make better decisions on, moving forward with dating and with anything else in life. That's all.
Yeah, I agree with all y'all. Like, I want to put a shout out to you, Cancer, because I think everybody said enough of validation, brother. This is a fellowship right here, and I appreciate you for coming out and sharing your story. So, man,
Most definitely.
that's praise God for that, y'all. I didn't want to spend too much time on this one, but I wanted to ask everybody a question. You know how everybody on this panel has listened to each other and hear each other out. I
There
think
you go.
some of the problems with the relationships, you don't listen to each other, right? So that's where it goes down here. And I've been through that. 26 years of marriage, I've been through that. So people share their stories and with good intentions and speaking truth. That's what's important, right? So yeah, when we stop listening to each other, that's when things went down here in my marriage.
Hey,
Um,
hey, Lawrence. Except for me, Lawrence. They say as a host, I'm supposed to just shut up and let everybody talk. But
right.
listen, it's gonna be some bumping into guys when we try to direct this and direct that. So that's all I'm saying. I want to apologize to that lady early in the beginning. I don't know if you guys was listening. I know Cookie was here and maybe Miss Jackie and pressing forward. But uh, sometimes we get on these panels and we so into it that we feel like someone is against us. You know what I mean? But here, it's about therapy. Remember, most of the things I bring up, it's because I went through it, or one of my peers, or my father, or whatever, has given me that enlightenment, and we're trying to make sure that other people can voice their opinion about it. That's all I'm saying. I apologize to anybody that I offend when I might seem to that I'm over talking you or anything like that. But what I try to do is set a limit on when I feel like it's getting a little boring, I'll try to boost a little energy by changing the question. Redirection. So that's the only time you'll hear me kind of talking over anybody. But Lawrence, you had anything else you want to put on that,
I'm
or you
sorry.
pretty?
I missed
Go ahead.
something. Did you had mentioned my name? What did you? I'm sorry. I'm trying to get understanding because you
Oh
had mentioned
no,
my name.
earlier today, earlier maybe the first 10 minutes of the show, we had a young lady get on and she was
Oh,
upset because she said that the host isn't supposed to talk over people, but what happens is you guys we are on a machine, okay? We are on social media, and you can be on the phone and try to talk to somebody. You're going to make a mistake and overstep someone when you talk. We might not hear the delay, but there is a delay in here. Maybe 100 millisecond delay, but it is a delay in here when you guys talk. Go ahead, Cancer.
I just had a tip for you, bro. I think your topics are, first of all, are the hottest topics I've heard on TikTok. Meaningful, for real. And that um, the only tip that I would give you to help this pound this situation here would get a pen and a paper, and if you call on somebody to say that they're next after somebody's talking, to jot it down, and that'll keep the order, and then you can put you a red flag and say I'm going to the next topic. But your topics and your show is going so well that I think it's ahead of you almost. And I'm gonna give you that tip to help you, bro. Try to catch up to what you got going on this road. That's
and
it.
Gotcha.
can I give you your flowers because I love the dialogue, the conversations we can have as grown people. It's mature. Nobody's arguing. Everybody's mature. That's the type of conversations I like, and that's what I consider intelligent conversations, grown folks conversations where everybody's voice can be heard, and everybody can conversate without craziness, foolishness.
Everybody's not doing it for the love of peace. Everybody's not doing it for the love of peace. And what I mean by that is, and I guess patting my own self on the back, guys. We couldn't have a nice show if it weren't for everybody here. But the key thing is everybody is respectful. Everybody's respectful to each other. But you have some of us that have a platform, and we rather sell wolf tickets so people can come and argue at each other, and it's about being right and wrong. Remember what I told you. These are only our opinions. You know what I mean? Yes, they might be mostly factual, but you know how that goes. Make sure to jump on, Doc, as soon as I finish my little soliloquy. Okay, so I'm just saying, for some reason, we've heard this same thing that Cancer said and everybody else said, and pressing forward, but still there's people that come in here and try to control the narrative about something that they're doing in their personal life, and they don't have any changed behavior. Go ahead, Doc.
No, thank you so much. As a live host, my scarf goes off to you. Kudos to you. Continue to control the narrative of your space. So kudos to you. Hand clap. But let
Amen.
me get into this relationship jumping and hopping before you are healed. And as you
Woo.
well know, healing is a journey, it's a process. And the thing that often concerns me is when people hop from relationship to relationship because there's a void that they're still trying to fill, the uncertainty of self instead of doing self reflection. That's always a concern. But what's much more concerning is the disservice that you do to the other person that you connect with for a potential good relationship. That's always a concern. And dragging those old wounds into new beginnings disguised as love can
Mm,
often be very traumatic for the person who is unbeknownst to the trauma that you're already bringing to the relationship.
exactly. Distracting someone else's blessings hurt me too, Doc. Distracting, and that's what we talking about next, guys. Uh, Miss Cookie, distracting someone's blessings. Okay, you got somebody that don't understand the key thing. Blessings happen at different times of people's lives. You might just be the cheerleader at one point. You might just be the, maybe the co-host at one point. You're gonna have your own blessings. God is not gonna forget about you. You're gonna have your own blessings one day. You can pipe down and chill out for a minute. Your moment has not came. It's okay. Patience is a virtue.
Hmm.
What do you think about that, Miss Cookie?
I
People distracting someone from their blessings instead of being there to enjoy the moment with them.
I absolutely agree with you because you learn through life. Life is the best teacher. Okay. Also, too, with learning those lessons and learning through life, you gain an understanding that is more on a higher level. You share that with that person that you're with. You work together. You work in harmony with your prayers. So I definitely agree with you on that.
Talk to me, Miss Snapper. Sabotaging somebody else. There we go. Still talking about sabotaging, huh? Go ahead, Miss Snapper. We're gonna go in reverse orders. Snapper, press forward, then Jackie. Go
Y'all
ahead.
said everything. I mean, we too oftentimes people do come into your life, and sometimes we're doing it or we're allowing somebody else to do it. But when you are not aware, awareness is the first thing. You have to be aware that you're doing it. But at the same time, if you allow somebody to come into your life, and I'm just gonna say you'll allow someone to come into your life, they may not intentionally be coming in there to block it, to block the blessing.
Yep.
You also have to know when, okay, to not allow them to be, blocking any blessings.
Mm. Self
So,
awareness.
right.
Having awareness, right? Okay. Okay.
Hmm. But I
You
agree
got
with
anything else to
you
add?
on this Cookie.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, press forward.
I agree. I think it was you or somebody said it. You got to take your time and to get to know a person. And like I told you about my ex-husband or whatever,
Okay, Cookie.
I had to take accountability because I feel like if you choose somebody broken, something in you is broken. And like
Mm.
Snapper said, you allow them in your space because you got to ask yourself, why did you accept it? Because something in you is broken. So you need to heal so that you can choose a more healed person. Because broken people um, attract broken people. And some people may not even think they broken until they get with somebody that breaks them even more than
Mm.
could ever even think that they're broken.
Yeah, that's a miss right there. That's a miss when
Yeah,
somebody
you
don't
got a lot of
can't
hurt
identify.
people, a lot of bad, destroyed relationships because hurt people out here hurting people. You got the men, some men, like forget the women. You got the women, forget the men, and everybody just out here sabotaging each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not everybody, but what I
A
mean.
lot of us are. A lot of us are. A lot of us are. Listen, it's about 50-50. You got 50 of the marriage you see successful. You guys ever sat and maybe ate at a restaurant and you see this great husband and wife over there, or this girlfriend and boyfriend over there doing their thing, and man, and I always see somebody going up and commending them. Like that's what I love. I love to see it. I love to see it, man. That unity. Unity strengthens everything. It's the energy in the room. That energy in the room takes over, right? And everybody want to be a part of that, but for some reason, you got those people that want to stop, want to distract everybody else or stop everybody else from enjoying their blessings. I just will never get it. I'm sorry. Who was next on it? Miss Jackie, talk to me uh about enjoying the moment instead of letting somebody distract you from your blessings.
That's kind of tough for me because I don't always tend to enjoy the moment. I'm always so busy looking ahead and trying to, get to the next goal. Now I can help somebody else enjoy their moment, and realize what they need to do, but that's
Mm,
difficult for me.
we can go ahead, Jack. I don't know if maybe you got a
Um,
call or something. Okay, go ahead.
but but
Go
no, but
ahead.
it is important to stop and just take the time to just enjoy the things that you have accomplished.
Mm,
If you don't, not only I feel like you'll lose sight of the direction that you're going in. Definitely for sure. I
Yeah.
was talking to a colleague actually yesterday, and I was telling her, "Oh yeah, I achieved this, or I did this, and I did that," and she was like, "I feel like you're, doing some achievements pretty fast," and I'm like, "I don't know," because I'm looking at what somebody,
Yeah.
I'm looking at somebody else, or I'm looking sideways, and trying to not necessarily compare myself, but just to say, well, there's other people that are doing a little bit better, which is okay, but I'm not there yet. Does that make
It
sense?
happen in relationships too, don't it? It
It
happen when you
absolutely
meet
does.
somebody. You know what I mean? You meet somebody, and they just so used to you being around them.
Okay,
You know what I
so that
mean?
actually
Talk to
happened
me.
in one of my relationships
There we go.
where, okay, so with
Sabotage.
my longest, yes, with my longest doggone relationship, and we started off as best friends, so and I'll always care to a certain extent, but as I started doing my research, and at one point I did have my own business, and I was doing my own thing, and I was raising my daughter by myself. It's like at some point he became jealous in a way, because he was
Hmm.
like, "You're doing all these things," and I'm like, "You can do these things with me. It can be a we. It doesn't have to just be me doing this." And
Yep.
but I think he's the one that had the low self esteem, because to me it doesn't matter how much I make or how much you make or don't make. What matters is what we can accomplish together. But we just
Gotcha.
weren't on the same page.
All right, I'm gonna call on you next, D'Angelo. Guys, HOST host in the top left of the screen. You can tap that for me. It brings the algorithm to the show. We greatly appreciate it if you do that many times as you can, man. There's not a number that is too too small or too big. We greatly appreciate it. You got your daily heart me at the top. You can also do that. That gets gonna prompt you for a penny, I'm thinking when you do that. Uh, and you can also follow everybody on the panel. Please follow everybody on the panel. It's you have people on here uh, with their own show, with their own thing going on. I got you, D'Angelo. So with their own thing going on, support is awesome. The support is wanted, and we greatly appreciate that too. What's up, Laura? Laura just chimed in. This is one of my partners, y'all. How you doing, Mr. Hugh? Thank you for joining us. D'Angelo, talk to me about uh man, allowing somebody to distract you from enjoying your moment, enjoying your blessings.
Allowing someone to distract you from enjoying your blessings.
Your blessings, yes, sir. Just like someone thinks it might be it's time for their moment. They want to know why everybody else is being blessed but them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a hard one for me to answer because I don't have anybody like that in my
Okay.
life right now.
Okay.
That
Have you ever seen it?
that is the yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it, but I have a very small circle, and you know, the people that are in my life, they want to see me win. And I'm happy to say that. But anyone
Yeah.
that I guess I can speak from a hypothetical standpoint,
Okay.
anyone like that, especially today in my life, I try to root out because I don't want anyone bringing me negative energy, whatever I'm trying to accomplish in my life. So you know, I'm all about energy, and for anything positive to happen in your life, especially as you're going through any challenges, because life is not without challenges. I need people that can help fill my cup when my cup is empty. So,
Mm.
I can easily see people who are just takers of my positive energy and displacing it for their better use. And I know who
Yes.
they are, and I can easily let them out. And one thing I live by, it doesn't matter who you are, if you're in my bloodline or not. You know what I'm saying? You know, I put you at a distance if that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Exactly.
I'm pretty in a good spot when it comes to that type of
Gotcha.
stuff.
And I think
Hmm.
that's all that also contributes to your healthy marriage too. Boom. There you go.
Yes,
There you go.
yes, definitely.
Less
Because
distractions. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yes, because to your point, when you say that, it's like When I figured out, when I've evolved into the person I became spiritually in the last 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
and long story short, going through like mental health issues and overcoming anxiety, and actually that's saving my life and transforming my life due to a lot of traumas that I never dealt with as a young man when I was young, right? That was still here later on in my life. After I solved all those issues, and then I looked at my marriage, and then I looked at my friendships, and I looked at the way I was going to work. It was like everything had to change. The whole
Mm.
lifestyle had to change, right? So the people that were just taking from me, I let them go. The issues in my marriage, I had to fix those. The issues with my friendships, everyone had to transform to be able to be still in my life,
Mm.
to for me to live my truth today. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so those people, when you talk about they just absorb your energy, they're gone. They're no longer around. It's only the people that are around that should be around, that help lift me up.
Mm. I like that. C-Ron. We're gonna come back to you, Mr. Hugh. We're gonna come to you right at the end.
Right
No,
at the
no, go
end.
ahead. Go ahead, man.
I have an important phone call to take, and I was just wondering if you could let me down. And I enjoy being on this panel with everybody, having grown folks conversations, and I will be back again.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We appreciate you. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
the support. All right. See you the next time.
See you.
All right. You got C-Ron. C-Ron, talk to me.
So I'm outside, y'all. Can you hear me okay?
I say C-Ron. Is it Sir-Ron or C-Ron?
It's Saran, Saran.
Sir-Ron.
Yeah,
My bad, boss man. Sorry about
you
that,
did.
boss.
That's okay,
All right,
man.
go ahead,
That's
Sir-Ron.
okay. No, it's a beautiful day out here, y'all. Just I wanted to chime in to say that you got to get rid of toxicity, man. That toxicity with anything, if it's in your circle of trust, it's got to go. And it's hard to get rid of toxicity. And so one of the things that me and my wife was talking about, as well as now I have daughters. So sorry, ladies, I don't have to put this out there. I'm only saying about myself. I'm not saying for every man. I'm a slow learner as a man. It took me a while to get it, but
Oh, that's big right there. Hold on. Say it again. Don't run across that street real quick. Slow learner. Go ahead. Talk to me about what you think as a
yeah.
slow learner. What you saying? Slow learner.
So it takes the old saying is you gotta make many mistakes in order for you to learn from your failures. You learn from your failures in order to achieve success, right? So
Exactly.
I had to learn, man, and so if I had some challenges with my lady, we wouldn't be on the same page, and that's because I'm a slow learner. As Cedric Entertainer said, I'm a grown ass man now. I got it. I get it. I got daughters now, and so when I behave a certain way, when my daughters being in their 20s, it's a game changer. So,
My man
ladies on
at
the
the lake.
panel,
My man at the lake
yeah,
right now.
late. I was a
I
late
hear the
bloomer
crickets.
too.
I hear the, no, I'm saying I hear the crickets in the background. The crickets in the
Oh yeah, it's
background.
beautiful. Yeah, I'm out here cutting grass, cutting grass. All I'm saying is like just be real for the ladies, y'all. Just continue to find what you're looking for. And for every lady that's on this panel, I learned a lot from y'all today, and I need to
Mm,
share what y'all told me on the phone with my girls because they're the new generation, right? I'm 49. I'll be 50 this year, and sometimes we as men just got to be grown ass men. We gonna get it together, but at the
exactly.
same time be patient with us and vice versa. Like I cannot teach my daughters how to be nurturers like you ladies are. I can't teach my daughter how to have a child or bear a child, and my wife gave me three beautiful dandies. So
Mm,
I just say be patient with us and continue to keep God as your the third. I always call it the balance. God's bring balance. We go back to our good word, and God said, "Do this." Yeah, then do that. All
gotcha.
right, well, don't be mad
All
at
right.
me.
I got you. So Doc, it's on you, or you can let Lori answer. It's up to you.
Let me
We're talking to.
Thank you so much, host. Let me say this, and then I'm gonna have to get dropped down. This has been
Okay.
a
Okay.
pleasure being a part of your platform. Very
Yes, ma'am.
stimulating, engaging conversation that's always instrumental and resourceful. But let me say this quickly, and I hope that this resonates with those who are chimed in and that's on the panel and those behind the curtains and in the hallways. But listen to
Hmm.
this. Sometimes the most loving gift that you can give to yourself is letting go or be let go. It doesn't have to be out of anger, but just giving yourself the space and peace to do a inventory check, do the healing process, and to continue to allow yourself to grow so that you can show up as the best version of yourself. I mean, we have to always keep that at the forefront. It's better for anyone else until you've done the work that needs to be done, that you can be better for yourself before you can be better for anyone else. Happy
Mm-hmm.
Mental Health Awareness Month, and everybody be blessed.
Yeah, be blessed, be blessed.
As
Happy Health
well. Amen.
Mental Awareness Month to you too. Uh,
I got to
Miss.
drop two guys. I'm sorry, I got to go. But
Okay,
I
got you,
just want
got
to
you,
say,
got you.
yes, sir. Have a good one,
Go
guys.
ahead. You just want to say what? Go ahead, go ahead. You can finish with your statement. Okay, he's gone already. All right, Doc. I see you later too. We're gonna let Mr. Hugh. Mr. Hugh, where you at? Where you at, boss?
Hey, good
I,
good afternoon, guys.
thank you.
Well,
Thanks for
Doc,
your patience, boss. Thanks for your patience too.
you're welcome, man. Very interested topic, Brad. We need a lot more like this, to empower each other. The doc actually answered the question that I wanted to ask, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and what's his name is the dude under you. I think he spoke like three times. What's his name? D'Angelo. Yes,
D'Angelo. Yeah, D'Angelo.
yeah, he makes a lot of sense, when he said keep your circle very limited, because my position right now in life is complicated, but thank God for grace, because I was so badly hurt. There were times when I consider
I
letting go,
understand. I
giving up.
understand. Yeah,
And now
yeah.
I have someone back in my life who I was with for a very short moment of a time when I was much younger. And I believe deep in my heart that she genuinely loves me, but I'm so scared of being hurt again or hurting anyone because I know what it did to me.
Mm,
So I might be older than you, my brother, the host, but
gotcha.
I'm not too old to learn. If there is a way that you can tell or anyone can tell, how would one know when they're fully healed and they're ready to move on or to get into another relationship? Because yes, I know the right way is to first live a Christian life, second, a married life, a respectable life, a loyal life. But I am scared like hell of
Watch
being
this.
hurt again.
Watch it. You gonna get a woman point of view and a man point of view, and I'm gonna let Laura speak on that, and then I'm gonna speak on it. Go ahead, Laura.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Because I was in my car. Um, some of the ways to know is first, you have to learn how to forgive yourself, and you got to forgive yourself for anything that you've done to people or you've
Hmm.
allowed people to do to you.
Okay.
Anytime you're healing, you always have to start from within. If you
Hmm.
don't start from within, you'll bleed on other people. So it's very crucial that you start from within. Because when you start loving yourself, when you start being comfortable with yourself, when you start being okay with the things that you know how to give yourself, you're going to be able to give people those same things with ease. And you're going to trust
Hmm.
that they're going to do the same, right? And the
Hmm.
thing is whenever we're in our healing
In
process,
our healing
we have
process,
to work through
we have
triggers.
to work through triggers.
Hold on, I
No,
think
I
you have to
got you.
turn
Hold
me
on.
off.
Help me. No, I got you, Laura. Go ahead. Go ahead.
To
Go
learn
ahead.
how to
I
work
just.
through triggers,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So heartbreak, when somebody breaks your heart or lose it never goes away. It's always there in the back of your mind. It's always there, right? But you have to learn how to navigate through those things, right? When those triggers are represented back to you, you have to learn how to be able to navigate through those things. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It's not like I'm gonna tell you in 3 months, Mr. Hughes, you're gonna be healed. It's not
Exactly.
a healing's not a race,
Thank
it's a
you.
journey, right?
It
And
is.
when we take healing out of not being a race and a journey, we understand that we'll be healing from things for the rest of our lives, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because like I tell people, you literally do come into this world as pieces of a puzzle, and you're putting your puzzle together. And when your puzzle is complete, I feel like that's when you expire out, right? But
Hmm.
until then, you're figuring out how to navigate through things. Okay, this puzzle piece doesn't go there. Okay, cool. Well, then this puzzle piece is supposed to go there, or whatever. I think it's more of just trusting trusting yourself. When you start trusting yourself, then you can trust that people won't hurt you. Until you get to that level of being able to trust yourself, to know that you're not capable of doing it, and know what you bring, like if you're giving you, then guess what? That person's going to give you themselves back. But it's more of a thing where you
Supposed
have
to.
to start, so, the
Supposed
right
to.
person, right? And the way you know is you distinguish those flaws and flags in the beginning, and you don't settle for things that you know you're not okay with. You're not okay with somebody smoking, don't settle for them, because
Exactly.
it's gonna become a problem for you eventually, right? Don't settle
Hmm.
for the things you know you're not okay with. And you're right, everybody deserves grace, right? And with her, right, if she's trying to give you the genuine part of her, step back and have that adult conversation with her and say, hey, look, this is where I'm at. Because maybe she can help give you understanding with her to make you feel more comfortable with this situation. Because I can talk till I'm blue in the face, but I can't fix her, right?
Hmm.
None of us can fix her or fix you. You can fix you, she can fix her. So if you go directly to the source itself, her, let her know how you genuinely feel about everything, I promise you, a woman would appreciate that, right? Because
Yeah.
at least you're being honest with your intentions. You're being honest with the way you feel. Now I know how you feel. Now I can do things that make you feel more comfortable. Maybe I need to call you a little more. Maybe I need to spend a little bit more time with you. Maybe I need to show you these things within to make you feel more comfortable, to know, not, I'm not here with bad intentions, right? You want to
Hmm.
be comfortable and secure with the intentions that the person is bringing you. So when you say where you're at in your healing process, you're gonna be forever healing.
You're gonna be
Okay.
forever healing. I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm gonna
Okay.
speak on that too.
Comment.
Miss
Speak on
But
that too.
you want to jump on it, doctor? I mean, do you want to jump on it, D'Angelo? I think D'Angelo wanted to say something. Go ahead, D'Angelo. You and Lori Mikes are fighting each other. Go ahead, D'Angelo.
Fight each other. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah. I'm sorry about that. I was gonna ask you to take me down after jump, but I wanted to
Okay, okay.
say thank you for the platform. I came in looking
Okay.
for.
Okay.
I came in to follow Dr. GLK because I follow her, and I found you, and it was awesome because I don't see a lot of male-driven, inspiring platforms. So I appreciate what you're doing, and I'm definitely following you. And I would love to invite you to my platform, so I'll reach out to you on a DM. But thank you for what you're doing, and nice to meet everybody.
Nice to meet you. Appreciate you, boss man. Yeah,
Nice to meet you. Appreciate you, boss man.
Doc definitely brings a lot of people from her show over here. Miss Bonita, I have not forgot about you. So as soon as I finish my little thing, please, Miss Bonita,
It's
go
okay,
ahead, go ahead.
honey. No, I say it's
Okay,
okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
okay. As soon as I finish, make sure you jump in. I won't be long with mine. So, Mr. Hugh, I always go back to this, right? And we got Big Red at the top right. He can speak on it too. Miss Jackie also. So I always say, get your PhD in being single. Learn you. You know you. You know when you're at peace. You know what I mean? You know what makes you happy. Supposed to be. There, I always go back. That's supposed to be. You're supposed to know what makes you happy. You're supposed to know all these other things. Now, this is where it gets hazy. It gets hazy when we look at love and we say, "Oh man, love is action." Now, all the things you just taught yourself, how are you going to share it with somebody else? Are you ready to share? That's what you have to ask yourself. And when you sit down, am I ready to share? Then you identify who you want to talk to. You align those goals and what you just wrote down in your mind or on paper, or whatever, however you might do it, on your phone, on your laptop. You come up with those key questions that you ask. All the questions, we talking about all of them: health, wealth, past trauma, how you grew up. Do you talk to your mama? Do you talk to your sisters? Oh, why not? Okay, boom. That's when you see where that other person can fit in to your life. So first of all, we gotta identify 'em. I had a running joke yesterday. Where do we find good women? And the lady that lady said, Go to Lowe's because Home Depot is cheaper. So I said, okay, so I'm gonna start going to Lowe's, just walking through there just to buy something to drink from here on out. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, I like what Snapper said. Snapper, make sure you say that. She said unpeel the layers. So after you figure that out, boss, that's when you can really say, and look, just go out there and try. It's not gonna hurt to try. If you fail, don't let that stop you. Keep going. That's what journey I'm on right now. I'm on the same journey. That's why it touched me when you said that, bro. Keep going. And it might be hard to find that diamond in the rough, but when you find her, you are going to know. You are going to know. My dad went through the same thing, and now he been married 40 some years. All the people around me are married, but Zach, I used to be married, but I was young at the time, and I didn't go through these steps. You got my guy right here on the left, gospel. I forget your name. Say your name real quick. Gospel quarterly. Say it.
The gospel according to Bread. My name is just Bread, and the name means just how I got to God, like my journey with God. Like everybody, the apostles, they all got their story, and I got mine.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
so Snapper, I want you to speak after Bonita, and then gospel quarterly. Go ahead, Miss Bonita. And unless you want to rebuttal on anything, Mr. Hugh.
Um, no, actually, it's funny because I was scrolling and I got just found your page. This is my first time here, so
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you. And I heard something that it was funny. So I've been single for a year and a half. I broke up with my ex about 2 years ago, and then just yesterday he sent me a picture of him with his new girlfriend.
Oh man, come on.
With his new girlfriend, and because I have him black everywhere, so he genuinely emailed my work email me through my work email. Like I have, it's funny as hell. And he sent me a picture of them too. He's giving her a kiss on the cheek, and they're
Mm.
being happy. Whatever it is going
He
on.
put a lot of pressure on himself. He put a lot of pressure on himself, Bonita. Go ahead, though.
Yes. So and then he sent me this paragraph saying, "You see, God put a good woman in front of me, and then she's pretty, and I'm
Put God in it.
happy." Yeah, like a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh man.
Anyways, so to me, I was like, okay, how am I supposed to react to this? Like, should I like be mad, jealous? Like, should I go get drunk? Should I go get somebody and then kind of like get even? Like, what the heck am I gonna do? But
Yeah.
unfortunately for him, I'm a very peaceful person. I am so at
Hmm.
peace with myself. I love myself. That all I did was I emailed him back and I said, "Congratulations, you finally learned your lesson." And and then I blocked him from my work phone. I mean my work email as well, so that's fine. And but it's
He
funny,
miss
like
you. He misses you. You know that. That's what it is.
That's
yeah,
what
but
happened.
but at the same time, like we broke up 2 years ago, and when we broke up, he cheated. He didn't have nowhere
Oh
to
man.
live. But he didn't have nowhere to live when we broke up. I allowed him to stay in my house for like 6 months, like as roommates, because I didn't want him to be homeless or, little. That's the type of person I am.
Yeah.
And now, it was like just crazy. And then I came to your panel, and all of you guys are talking about all this. I said, oh my, crazy. And then I came to your panel, and all of you guys are talking about all this. I said, oh my God, I just kind of went through all those scenarios like in one. So I just want to ask, like, why you guys do that? Like,
You mean
why
cheating?
the cheating piece, and then the whole picture, and trying to get me, I guess, jealous, or
Okay.
and
The
I'll tell
he
you.
jealousy.
did
I'll
right.
tell you exactly what it is, sweetheart. So it's real simple, very simple, actually. He knows he can't live with her, and he's trying to make you feel jealous into like he upgraded, right? He needs somewhere to stay, baby. Don't fall for that. Don't even pay that no mind.
He trying to send that subliminal upgrade.
Yeah, that's all. He why couldn't
Just
you? He waiting for you to say, why couldn't you be like that with me? And and
mhm.
yeah, he's trying to start a dialogue.
He knows certain things about you, right? He's been around you for so long, but he also want to let you think that he's doing better. That I mean that I agree. I definitely
Yes.
agree. It's
Well,
subliminal. Don't let it
I
be a
mean,
distraction.
oh no, 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 no. When he cheated, he asked me for like if I could give him a second chance, and I specifically told him that I'm a mother before a woman. I have three young adult ladies that are
Hmm.
married and have, their lives. And if I, as a mother, allow a man cheat on me and forgive him and move on, when my daughters, if they go through the same situation, my word will be, I can't, and I won't be able to give my daughter advice because the first thing my daughters are gonna say to me, well, you allowed this one to do this to you, and I am
Can
I
I
am the
share
type
something?
of yes.
I had a sister that went through the same thing, and I'm not telling you to do this, okay? Not telling nobody to do this. She got cheated on. He came back and said, "Baby, I'm so sorry. Do I do anything to take you back?" You know what she did? Oh, hold on, I got you here. She here you gotta mute yourself. There you go. She she went back on on her Facebook. This is how I found out about women having friends on Facebook. She went back on Facebook to a guy that liked her, and I think she used to deal with him in either college or high school. I can't either remember, but and she told her husband that she's gonna even the score. That husband cried, cried, cried. This boy called me. He called me about my own sister. I told him, you know what? If you really gonna forgive her after this, I'm gonna help y'all. She cheated on him and they came back. They struggled for a little bit. They went to counseling, but never again did that man cheat on her. He might have looked at some girls, but I'm telling you, he might have looked at some women, but it hurt him so bad it hurt me. And I didn't have no sympathy for him. But when I seen the hurt in his eyes and in his soul when he looked at his daughter and all of this, I said, man, it hurt me. It did hurt me. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like I was mad at my sister for some reason.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you to do that now.
oh no, no, no. He's
You don't
happy
know what the
now.
future, but you
He's
don't know what
happy.
the future. He's acting like he's happy. You don't know what the future entails, and if something's telling me maybe you still got a little bit of love for her, future, maybe 5, 10 years might pass by. Time does heal a little bit of the wounds. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you let God put, what type of ointment you let God put on it, as far as you healing to get over that. I'm just
Yeah,
my grandma. Go
I
ahead,
wouldn't recommend that you
get
see like
back.
I don't think 10 years down the line, I don't think he'll be a different person. I wouldn't deal with
Ah,
somebody like that at
Nah,
okay.
all.
exactly. Thank you. That's where I'm at too. I don't.
All right.
Yeah, I don't like somebody that would do that. Like you. The reason the relationship breaks up is for cheating, and in your mind, the way to get my attention again is to show me a picture of you
Mm.
and another woman. Yeah, he don't have
He,
enough sense to think smart for himself. Like, you got to stay away from people like that.
he just being
Yeah.
petty. He being petty.
Man, you got to stay away from people like that for
He
sure.
being petty. I
Well,
forgot who we was on, man. Go ahead, Miss Benita. Finish up. I got you. I hear it. Go ahead.
you myself, so the other
Oh,
person
okay,
could
okay.
speak.
Okay, who was on it? Million women praying. I'm thinking that's what it says.
Yeah, Million Women Praying. Hi,
Yes,
good
ma'am.
morning. Still
How
morning
you
here.
doing? How
I
you
am
doing?
doing fine. I'm interested in hearing what I've already heard, different people's opinions. But I do have a question. And
Talk
now
to me.
I am of age, 67 years old, praise
Mm-hmm.
God. Okay, I have seen this back with my grandmother, because my grandmother raised me. I have seen her sisters go through uh, their husbands walking out on them. I just want to ask a question. Why is it so easy for men to walk out on their families.
Mm, on their families. You think they walk out on
Yes.
their families?
Oh
Or are
yes,
they
I have
walking out
seen
on the
it.
person?
They
You
walking
think,
out the family, the
uh-huh.
wife. Yes, I
When
have
you say
seen.
walking out, are they not still contributing in any type of way financially
I'm speaking of.
or helping the kids or anything like that?
I'm speaking of both. And then I have seen men when they walk out on their families. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they some of them, you know, they go and they walk them because of a woman, and then they would turn around and talk about that woman so bad, their wife, talk about them so
Mm-hmm.
bad, bring up all of their faults. You know, it could be something simple, but they put their new woman on the pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Well, they
you
trying to build her character. They trying to build her. They trying to
know,
build her up too. Yeah, they trying to build her up
yeah,
too. Yeah, it's
yeah,
all
then tearing
pettiness.
down their wife. You know, tearing down their wife.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Can I tell everybody a secret,
Yes.
sister? There's no way I can answer that question for you, and
Exactly.
I hope the brother can't either. Right?
Exactly.
These are, like you said, y'all keep saying like I don't know why y'all do that and why y'all do that, right?
Pettiness.
Mhm.
I can tell you for sure I don't behave that way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so it is the only thing I could give you is my opinion. I'm really no more educated than you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do know that in my estimation and everything that I've come to learn about who I am in the world, that a
Hmm.
man should behave a certain way. And right now, black men are not behaving in that way, right?
Yeah.
I understand that,
So
right?
you're answering it.
Because I was one of them, right? I was one of them, right? Well, my crimes, my harm to the community that I did, right, didn't go that far, right?
Gotcha.
I've never been oppressive to black women, right? I've been in relationships where I wasn't the best man that I could be,
Hmm.
but yeah, nah, I ain't never been that, right?
Yeah. And,
So
and he's saying black women, y'all, but he mean all women. And I know what you mean. I know
Yeah,
what you mean, though.
we know because it happens on, you know, both sides of the fence. But you know,
Yeah,
I had an experience just back in January. You know, it was an uncle of mine,
I
and
got
I
you, Kay.
loved him so much. You know, he was the uncle that I would go to and anybody else in the family for good advice. But I have seen him, you know, cheat on his wife. I have seen him do things to his wife, walked out on his wife,
Uh-huh.
and he got with somebody else and he put that wife down. Now that happened over 30 something years ago. Okay, he called me out of the blue back in January, and I said, wow, he's not talking the way he typically would talk. I said, this is different. I said, I can't even relate to him right now. He was venting and he was saying I waste 30 something years, 38 years, he said, of my life dealing with this particular woman that he left his wife for. And then, you know, all I can hear is regrets and regrets. And I was so happy because he called me back again and we talked 4 more hours. And I was so happy because he don't talk to me that long. And he was venting to me. And I am the one that go to him for advice,
Mm,
but he was coming to me for advice. And I was listening to him and I said, wow, he sounds different. And he was he regret some of the things
yeah.
he you know he did. So the
exactly.
next phone call I received, they said he passed away.
Mm,
So yeah,
gotcha. Okay, sorry
yeah,
to hear that. Gotcha.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Sympathize. Yeah,
Um,
sympathize for you on that.
Men,
can I?
let me tell y'all a secret,
Oh,
ladies. Men pretend to have it together, but we don't. I'm sorry, men don't have it together. We need y'all, right?
We need you.
We just don't feel
can I?
safe, right? Just the climate is not allowing us to feel safe enough to say it, right? But we all need y'all. That's why we respond to everything with violence. We need y'all. We really do.
Responding with
Can I
violence. Go ahead,
say?
Medita. Go ahead, Medita.
Oh, so to answer her question, based on the experience that I just, experienced about a day or two ago, I don't think they treat the new wife as a pedestal. I think that they learned their lesson, that they had an awesome woman and they were idiots. So now when they meet another woman that they think is a great woman, they learn to treat them a little bit better because they don't want to make the same mistake.
Mm.
So that's why when my ex sent me that picture, whatever, I just wrote back, congratulations, lesson learned, because he learned his lesson. So I don't think that necessarily put the new woman on a pedestal. I just think that they learned their lesson and they try to be better and do better because they don't want to lose another good woman.
I'm gonna tell you something that happened. What's up, Big Red? You trying to jump in, Big Red? Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a little something to say.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
That not that not only happens to the women as far as the men walking out. There are a lot of females that walk out of a family as well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that the grass is greener on the outside when they
Yeah.
have a full developed love right there in the home with them. They'll let the what outside distractions. You know, we talked about that. You know, those distractions will take you away from what's really for you.
Exactly.
And when we get grown enough and mature enough, we'll learn those things. But, you know, just like she said, her uncle had a lot of regrets. And that's basically saying, you know, he was saying to you, hey, look, this thing I thought that was going to be good for me ended up being bad. And I had good and I threw it away. I took it. I took it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's something about the heart, man, that we all have, but God gave you a special treasure within you. And if you don't have love at the center of it, you have nothing.
Exactly. All right.
Yes.
All right. I want to say something real quick. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Millie.
Oh no, I was agreeing what he said.
Okay.
You know, but to me, I think it's worse when a woman walk away.
Mm.
I do personally.
Well, I want
That's
to
me.
ask you something. I want to ask you something, man. Anybody can chime in. Kayla, I know you trying to jump into, so make sure you jump into Miss Kayla. Since we're all supposed to be going in the same place, why is it do we have to go different directions? It is we I was talking about it earlier. We are sabotaging ourselves. We're sabotaging our own happiness. We're tricking ourselves, knowing that the kids are watching, thinking that it's gonna get better. It's not gonna get better. They're gonna learn those same behaviors. And they might get over some part of the hump, but they might not get all the way over the hump. Men, women, we speak different languages. We're trying to get on the same level. But guys, we're trying both people want to have success, but we struggle with selfishness on sharing everyday life duties. We're sharing money. Just I mean, for some reason, we see that as well. I guess not in all cases is better to have a family, but all of our goals saying, "Oh man, the ultimate success is having a family and having wealth behind our family." We're gonna build it as that. We want to have something to build on in a nice foundation. But for some reason, when we get into that relationship, why is it so hard to share? Miss Kayla or Million, talk to me. Why is it so hard to share? Anybody, talk to me.
Because of selfishness.
Yep.
I mean, you can have everything, you know, that one need within a family setting, but there's always that one that want to be selfish in some type of way. You know, it's not so much as people saying, well, they selfish. There's a meaning behind selfishness. And you can take a man, he'll say, well, everything is about me. Everything I do within this family setting is going to be surrounding me. And that's not the way it's supposed to go. And when you got that within your family setting, you're gonna have some issues. You
Yeah,
definitely have.
exactly.
I think I think it has to do with your environment, like how you grow up. A lot of us, well, I'm not going to include myself, but a lot of us have grown out in the type of family environment where no one trusts anyone, and everyone have like an intention. Like I genuinely could say,
Yep, yep.
I am like super transparent, super like genuine, and I have friends that are actually will like I will help you, and the first thing that will come out of their mouth is, "Well, so what are your intention?" And I'm like, "I don't have none. I just want it to be better." Oh no, you have to have an intention behind it.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I don't, but so I also think that people
Sabotage.
like sharing.
Mm-hmm. You
If
go.
she's trying to share all this with me, what are her intention? What she's trying to do? Oh, is she gonna leave me after she gets all my money? And that stop us from moving
Mm-hmm.
forward.
Exactly. Kayla, you want to jump in before I let Desi Love go? Going once, twice. All right. Desi Love, are you there? Yes, ma'am. How you doing? You hear about what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, so I want to piggyback off what Miss Lady just said about,
Come, come a little closer. Come a little closer. I can't. We can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
No, ma'am. It's some background noise. No, ma'am.
Why had this room on me? Hold up.
Huh?
Can you hear me now?
No, ma'am. No, we can't hear you. There we go. Say it again. Try it again. Try it now.
Can y'all hear me?
Ah, no, man. It's something going on with your speaker. I already know. Some of my phone do that sometimes. Yeah, that's all right. Uh, you might have to reset it. I'll reset it and then come back. I still got you right here. What's up, my brother David? Just popped up. What's up, bro? Jackie. There we go. There we go. Talk to me about that. Us going in the same place, but we're allowing somebody to. We're allowing our heart. I can't say our heart. What is it that distracts a person when we're going the same way, going after the same goal of success? And blaming it on roles. Now we're finger pointing. Oh, men don't do this. Oh, women don't do this.
I don't like that. I don't like that. It should be based on that individual and their intentions because everybody's intentions are different.
Same intention, same goal. We're gonna go different ways. I want to prove to you that I can walk backwards all the way to the mall. Like that. That's just dumb. I ain't gonna say dumb, but that's how petty the arguments are. That's how petty the arguments are. I'm just saying. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But talk to me, Jackie, real quick, and then I can go to Ellen and then David.
Oh,
Settle.
I can wait. You can go to them.
Okay, talk to me, Ellen. How you doing, Miss Ellen? Today. Oh, so she said selfishness too, Cassie. Cassie
Hi.
said selfishness too in the comments. How you doing, Miss Ellen? Wonderful
Um,
Saturday.
Beautiful
Wonderful
Saturday.
Saturday.
I'm on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I hop on and off because I got work, but I want to be on here.
No, man. Handle your business first, always. We appreciate you.
Oh
So,
man,
so,
what are we
so
talking?
what? So what is it? We're going in the same direction. We sat down as a couple. We have the same goal, right? It might not even be the same goal. We might say we're going to deal with Ellen's goal first, and then we're going to deal with uh, whoever your husband's goal or your boyfriend goal next. Like it doesn't have to be an order, but we have a plan, we have a blueprint. But for some reason, we're going to try to build this bicycle without the instructions because we just know what to do. Why? Why do you think we do that? It's got to be more than selfishness. It's got to be.
I don't know. Like, is it a challenge? Like, is it the challenge maybe of figuring it out on our own? You know, like when we're little kids, we don't like to be told what to do, right? We like to figure things out. It's just, I guess, a part of our human nature. We want to figure it out for ourselves so we could be more like proud of ourselves that we don't need the instructions. We did it our way.
Oh, I like that. I definitely like that. Talk to me, David. Snapper, don't let me forget about you. Talk to me, David.
You know,
I think
maybe
he in a
our
bad area.
expectations of others, our significant other, or wife or spouse, whatever, our expectation, may be set differently on looking at this person in a different way. And then, in the middle, the end, that person may not even turn out to be that way.
But we sat at the table, we sat down and we wrote down our goals together.
Yeah, but people can say anything. They can say something that they won't do or they will do, and then it end up they're doing just the opposite.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
yeah, and then there are two people. You said you weren't going to do this, and it was going to go this way, but then now you're doing the opposite of what we sat down at the table and we talked about. That can,
Trickery
yeah,
and deception. That's what love,
yeah.
man. I'm looking at the comments. Trickery by
Sometimes
deception.
outside influence could also play a role.
Outside influence.
Sometimes it can be the mother. I know a person right now that his mother is influencing him,
Exactly.
and it's sad.
If you know, and we know it, we grown folk, we know outside influence. We do. Like you just said, Jack. Cool. I like that. Con artist. Somebody hit below the belt, man. But
That person
outside
may
influence.
not end up being the person that you thought was going to be in the beginning. We all have thoughts, and that person just, putting on may not even be the person that they portray to be in the beginning, and that's
Okay,
a big
boom.
disappointment right
Okay,
there.
boom. Now we talk about solutions. We talk about solutions. So now you with your person. You know how they were when you dated. Now you guys have reached a point in your life to where it's about to be a critical decision. You get to that time, right? Because you think your way is gonna be better, and your significant other is fighting you on it. You know this thing called sacrifice, right? Especially when you're talking about marriage. So if we know that, why not let the person go ahead? It might not work out. This is something I saw my mom do to my dad. She let him go ahead and be hard headed. Baby, go ahead and try it. We about to lose $5,000. A $5,000 decision. Might not be no money to some people, but it's a lot of money to some other people. Go ahead, make that $5,000 mistake. She didn't say it. She just let it happen, came to me and said, son, I wanted you to learn this. This was my stepmom, guys. Son, I wanted you to learn this. I let your dad do this because I needed him to see that he was gonna mess up. And it was no problem. I'm letting my man lead. I'm letting your dad lead this family. But I'm gonna guide him. And I'm guiding him to make the wrong decision just so he know next time, don't question my judgment
That
because I'm here for the family. You see what I'm saying? So she let my dad do it already. She let my dad do it. It was something going on with the house because they
guess
got a
what?
lot of real estate.
Guess what, Zach? Sometimes it takes that for some people
Say that
because
again.
sometimes it takes that for some people because
Okay.
we got this thing that we could change a person. We can change the way they do things and change the way, hoping they'll change on their own. But
Mm,
we'll try to love them to that point, and that'll never work. Only
mm.
thing only thing gonna change is just like you said your stepmom did to your dad. Allow him to think that he's always right. Allow him to do what it is that he want to do. And then when it subsequently come up a little short, he'll sit back and think, well, maybe I'll get a little advice. I'll get a little advice from my wife. I tell
That's what
you,
he
man,
did. That's
I
what he
tell
did.
you, these women here are here for a purpose.
Yep.
And they are here to push the man over that heartthrob that he got stuck in himself, that he think he can do everything and don't make no mistakes. No, that woman is there to encourage you. And and I told you it's one thing that you got that's powerful than anything between your legs is that encouragement that you give a man that he can do what it is
Mm-hmm.
that you want him to do.
Yep.
That part.
That guiding, that's important. That guiding, y'all, guiding helps me lead. I'm gonna say it again. Guiding helps me lead. And I'm telling you, man, I promise you this in my next situation, whatever that may be, you know what I'm saying? I promise you, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. My dad said, "No, you ain't." My dad get on me all the time, you know. But I think, and we fight with it all the time. We fight for control over seeing who right. We just fight over control to see who's right. I don't know what it is, but it's that we fight over that control to see who's right. Who somebody want to be right, somebody want to be wrong. Somebody have to take the back seat. My stepmom then hasn't yelled at my dad one time, not in front of me. She just she just let whenever he do, and then all he do when he does something bad, he'll look back, and she can just start laughing. She already she just laughing at him. She just laughs. She's like, baby, you gonna learn. And then like Red said, one day my day just I was there when I saw it click in. Baby, how should I do this? Baby, how you think I should do that? You're not taking away leadership. You're not taking away leadership. You still are being involved. That's you guys' bond. And us as men have to understand that bond that we have can never be wavered. We can never make it go left or the right. Let's see. How
Facts.
do you have to allow them to make mistakes? Yo, yeah. You gotta allow them to make mistakes. Yes, ma'am, Miss Benice. You do. You got to. You got to. Uh okay, Snapper. You
Hey,
have to
Zach, can
resist.
you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk to me,
Hey,
David.
blessings, y'all. Hey, I really appreciate this topic. I'm sitting here with my brother, man. We rolling. Uh, but going back to you asked why is it we're going in the same direction, we got the same intention, but people do things differently, and it always seemed like it's on purpose. I went to the Harvard negotiation course back in like 2016, I think it was. And in the course, we learned that there are five core concerns of a negotiation. And we when we look at relationships, we have to look at them as contracts. We were talking, I talked a little bit about contracts yesterday. An agreement is a contract, but you have to look at a relationship as a contract. And the five core concerns of a negotiation is the appreciation, affiliation, autonomy, status, and role, right? And people must feel those five things. They can feel four of the five, and that one thing that they care about the most is not being appreciated, and they would certainly like walk away from the whole contract. And so
Mm,
sometimes when we have these relationships, you like, man, we wake up, we pray about it, we deliberate about it, we communicate about it, and we are supposed to go in the same direction when it comes to this. I'm turning right now. When it comes to this vision, but one wrong move can send somebody far left, right? It could be something as simple as you're having a meeting and somebody you're discussing matters with tell you that the woman isn't important. That one thing, if you don't check that man right there at that time, can
mm,
send the whole relationship into a downward spiral because
exactly.
she expected you to defend her honor.
Mm, I like that. Exactly. And for those that didn't catch those five, what'd you say? Five what, David?
Five core concern of a
Five core
negotiation:
concern. You said appreciation, affiliate.
affiliation.
This is how good I take
Yep.
notes, David.
Go,
Affiliation, appreciation, autonomy, and then you said status and role, correct?
sir. That's correct.
I appreciate that. Hey, learn something new every day. Okay, learn something new every day. That's why I carry this. This is the most powerful thing right here in the world. A pen. I'm telling you guys. That right there, if you teach your kids that, you ain't got to worry about nothing about them making no money later on. Nope. They gonna catch on to everything. They gonna solve their problems a little bit more with patience. They're gonna they gonna just learn how to coordinate and plan things a little bit easier, a little bit smoother. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about right there. That's the first thing I try to teach my son ain't number 4 years old. You know what I mean? I try to teach my son, chill out. Okay. Whenever he have something he want to write it out. Write it out because I want him to understand majority of the things that we rush into, we don't write it out. We don't plan it out. You know what I mean? We just don't. You see how they took away cursive writing? It was for a reason. It was for a reason. Everything has a backhand to it. So anybody else have something to say before we get up out here? Please follow the panel, guys. Please follow the panel. Big Red, Sailor, Jackie, million woman praying, Snapper, Benita, Ellen, and Miss D. What's that? Des Love. Okay. So is it D is love or Des love? DZ love. I forgot how they say that. Everybody, please follow the panel. We are definitely going live a little later on today. Probably gonna be around about 8 o'clock. Because I gotta spend some time with baby boy. But I appreciate you. Miss Jackie, are you going live today? I'll rearrange my time for you. Talk to me. When you going?
I wanted to go about 9:30 or 10, so I can wait.
Okay, all right. I'll probably go for like an hour then. I'll probably go about
Okay,
like
thank you.
7:30 to about like 8:30. I
Okay,
support
thanks.
Miss Jackie because she's headed in the same direction, and I like to see women with a sense of purpose when they're doing something. So I really appreciate you, Miss Jackie. I really do, and we'll be there to
Appreciate
support
you
you on
too.
that. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We out. We out. We out. I see you next time.